This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Texas. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
I loved playing high school sports. I loved the competition, the camaraderie, the bands, the crowds, all the pageantry, and I wanted to keep playing. But I graduated. No colleges called, and neither did the pros. So, to stay close to the game I loved, I decided to become a high school official. A referee. When I played high school sports, I learned the importance of integrity, good sportsmanship, and respect for the rules. Now, as a high school official, I get to help model these same values to others. Maybe the colleges and the pros didn't call, but the kids in Texas did. And now, I'm enjoying the competition, the camaraderie, the bands, the crowds, and all the pageantry of high school sports all over again.
Interested in becoming a licensed high school official? Go to highschoolofficials.com to learn more and begin the application process.
The Malakoff Tiger Sports Network would like to thank Fisherman's Wharf for being one of our sponsors this year. Folks, go out to Fisherman's Wharf for all your fishing and camping needs, and you can even stay the night or the weekend. Just give them a call. You'll find the advertisement right on our page. A home is not a home because the room dimensions or the color of the walls. It's about how you feel when you walk through the front door. It's the vision you have along with the warm feelings in your heart when you realize that this is where God wants you to be. Your experience is more than real estate with me. It's about your life and dreams. At Keller Williams, independent agent Dennis Flowers takes the approach of your home buying choice and dreams to heart. Dennis is a small town guy with a servant's heart. With Dennis Flowers as your next realtor, Dennis will listen to your wants, needs, and dreams and find solutions tailored to you by using all the latest technology, market research, and business strategies to exceed your expectations. If you're looking for an honest, hard-working realtor, then choose Malakoff's own Dennis Flowers, an independent agent of Keller Williams. Dennis proudly supports the Malakoff Tigers and Lady Tigers and wants to wish them good luck this sports year. You can call Dennis at 972-938-2222 or 214-980-3906. That's 972-938-2222 or 214-980-3906. Or email Dennis at teamflowers@kw.com. Dennis can also be found on Facebook and Twitter. All right, folks, welcome to the Malakoff Tiger Sports Network's broadcast of the Maypearl Panthers and the Malakoff Tigers here in Groesbeck, Texas. It is the by-district championship game tonight. Your Malakoff Tigers have made the playoffs yet again. And we'll give you a little bit of rundown on all the teams as we get into this broadcast here. We're about 21 minutes and 48 seconds to be exact away from kickoff, and we're anxious to get this thing started. And I'm joined in the broadcast booth tonight by a special person, friend.
Special?
Yeah. Well, I'm not that
heavy
special.
on the special.
Yeah, Mr. Darren Sims. He'll be my cohort tonight, filling in for Mr. Marcus Dow, who has got the COVID. And Marcus, we feel for you, brother, and we hope you get better. I've been talking to you during the week, and I know you're feeling a bit better but still tired. So, hey, keep those vitamins going, man. Keep that Gatorade down and get better. We'll see you next week.
Shout out to Marcus. I appreciate you inviting me up here, Joey. Man, it's just an honor to be here with you.
Oh, yeah.
We've known each other a long time, and it's glad to be back in the box with you, brother.
Yes, sir. Back in the box. We've did some announcing together and all kinds of things, some coaching and cussing and everything else probably.
That's right.
Got my son Jonathan Snowden doing stats tonight for us, and Mr. Aaron Scott is the production manager tonight, as he is every week, I guess. Aaron, you got anything you want to say?
Not really.
Words of wisdom right there, folks. Words of wisdom.
I love putting Aaron on the spot because he never knows when I'm going to do it. So I could do it at halftime of the third quarter, and it always stumps him. So.
And he never knows.
I'm always at a loss for words,
It always amuses me to do that. I do it sometimes to Marcus, too, so I may get you tonight, too, Darren.
So
Watch out.
And you're throwing me in the mix, and you don't know what's going to happen.
Well, I'm used to you. I'm kind of like Marcus. You're kind of like Marcus tonight, so I'm used to you. So don't tell him what I'm going to say. But Darren, hey, you got some notes on the game tonight, I guess. What do you got for us?
Man, I'm just looking forward to this game here with Malakoff Tigers. They've had a great year this year. Coach Driscoll's led this team to this by-district game. Going to go against the Maypearl Tigers. So looking forward to an exciting game from the Malakoff Tigers, Joey.
Yes, sir. Well, Maypearl 7-3 overall, 3-3 in District 7 Region 2, play out of Class 3A Division 1. And that's a very competitive district, Darren, especially with the likes of Grandview, the two-time back-to-back state defending champions, who Malakoff has some experience with as well the past 3 years. And but tonight the Tigers get the Maypearl Panthers, and I tell you what, that's turned out to be a pretty tough district with Grandview West, Madison, and Maypearl there. Maypearl got fourth in the district, finished fourth in the district, with a 7-3 record overall. 3-3 in district play, but it really don't matter overall. It's what you do in district and what we can do in district. So third part of the season coming up here, folks, and this is where it matters the most. This is the playoffs. One and done and you're out. You got to keep winning to stay in this UIL championship bracket. And if you lose, you're going to lace them up and go to the hardwoods.
Definitely a hard district up there in Maypearl. Grandview 10-0, and like you said, district champs this year, sweeping their district up there. So, tough region for Maypearl. Like you said, 3-3 in district and 7-3 overall, but that record may be deceiving. Coming out of a tough district like that, they may prove to be a challenge here tonight for the Malakoff Tigers.
Well, they may do it, and from what I've watched during the week on video, I almost said film, and that kind of ages me back a little bit, but we do video nowadays. They're a pretty salty bunch over there in Maypearl, and they've put up some fights this year, against some good teams. Some game-by-game results that I had shared. They started off the season winning 20-6 against Ferris, following up another win against Venus, 49-20. And then win the next two against Clifton and Trenton before they had back-to-back losses. So they were on a 4-game winning streak before the Grandview game. And Grandview, I think, kind of set their mentality back a little bit, losing to them 56-13 before Dallas Madison come to town. And Madison took it to the Panthers 35-19. After that, it was Live Oak Cliff, A-Plus Academy, and Whitney, and they pretty much only allowed 14 points in that 3-game span at that juncture of district play. And then they met a good West Trojan team. Lost to West 27-14, and that ain't nothing to be ashamed of right there against a good West program.
Yeah, I think we got the Malakoff Maypearl series here. I think that back to 2002, Maypearl beat Malakoff 40-0, and in 2003, Maypearl beat us 30-0. So Malakoff Tigers are looking for a little revenge here tonight as far as the series goes.
Yeah, that's right. And like I said earlier, we need to score 71 points to even those two series up.
It's good math right there, Joey. Good math.
Well, I'm from Malakoff.
There you go. Good Malakoff math.
Don't get me into algebra, though, or trigonometry, man. I'll be lost as a goose in a turkey shoot. I tell you that right now.
They're just going to have to keep us up here and talking, not doing no math.
That's something we do pretty good.
Exactly.
Well, Maypearl, like I said, in a very competitive district, and, they're not short on talent and certainly not short on scoring points. If they've racked up 330 points on the season, and Maypearl is led at the quarterback position by junior quarterback Heath Rossler. And Rossler likes his wide receivers and Aaron Jett, Jr., Charlie Howdman, who's also a junior, senior Aiden Matthews, senior Clay Payne, and the 6'5" tight end is one of his favorites also, Carson Winter. And Winter is a big old boy. He's just what we call corn-fed. And being around Malakoff KU all our life, we've seen a bunch of corn-fed boys, but this boy right here is 6'5", and he can not only cause a presence on offense, but he can cause a presence on defense too at the defensive end spot, especially for those quarterbacks, who try to roll out his way. You stick those arms up in the air, and he's blocking that quarterback's view down the field. So he can be a presence maker and a game changer for the Maypearl Panthers.
Looking forward to seeing this Maypearl Panther coaching team as well. I may say his name wrong, but the head coach, Sam Ripe, maybe.
Yeah.
He's actually a Maypearl alumni, graduated from there in 1997. So, he's got a little bit invested in this program, and I'm sure he's wanting to wanting to show off and take the next step if he can do that tonight here against the Tigers.
Yeah, good point, too. And he's got a young ball club to be able to do it, especially for the next couple of years, it looks like, for Maypearl. They should have a solid program in the future for Coach Sam Ripe, the Maypearl alumni. Well, getting to Malakoff, everybody knows about the Malakoff Tigers. If you didn't know, you know now. I tell you what, the Tigers 117-28 record. That's Coach Jamie Driscoll's record since he arrived at Malakoff. And he has changed the face of the program at Malakoff. And, you know, Darren, he's had some regional championships appearances and some one state championship appearance back in 2018 against a team we just talked about in the Grandview Zebras.
Yeah, playoff appearances 20 all time at Malakoff, and 13 district championships there at Malakoff. And like you said, 2 regional championship games and the 1 state appearance back in 2018. And that, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that quarterback from Malakoff tonight, Darian Peace, was a sophomore then and led them to that state game. So I'm sure Mr. Peace is looking to get back to Jerry World.
Well, I tell you what, he is, and also some of his compadres that was with him that was sharing some of that playing time his sophomore year at Jury World. Cole Gaddis is a big name for the Malakoff Tigers, along with Zamir Ruiz. Brandon Nations, another key clog for the Tigers, and the Tiger defense has not given up a single point in 19 quarters so far, Darren, and that's pretty good stuff right there.
You know, Joey, I was looking forward to seeing this as Amir Ruiz. He had 65 tackles last year, 22 of them for a loss and 7 sacks, but I understand he had an injury earlier in the season, maybe an ankle injury or something. So,
yeah.
But I think he's been resting up maybe, and looking forward maybe see if he gets back out on the field, man. Defenses, I love watching them boys hit, so I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Exactly, and Zamir Ruiz is a game changer. He can be a beast on that defensive front for the Malakoff Tigers, and then you add Cole Gaddis in there, of the Malakoff Tigers, and Cole and Zamir. Oh, my goodness, talking about run stoppers. And then you've got Brandon Nations, who is 6'5" himself, playing one defensive end. And then you've got Kayvon Davis on the other side, who switches in and out with Nathan Jones, who is also around 6'5". And that right there is a tandem of a wealth of talent on that defensive front line. But then you add D.K. Rose in there, and D.K. Rose, Biscuit, a.k.a. Biscuit, Darren?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
D.K. Rose, Biscuit, 135-plus tackles this year. So, yeah, that Malakoff Tiger defense, it's a force to be reckoned with.
And we'll see how big of a force they're going to be reckoned with tonight with the Maypearl Panthers come to Groesbeck to take on the district champs out of District 8, the Malakoff Tigers. And we'll be back with you after these messages. And you're listening to the Malakoff Tiger Sports Network on SHN Sports.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Texas. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
I loved playing high school sports. I loved the competition, the camaraderie, the bands, the crowds, all the pageantry, and I wanted to keep playing. But I graduated. No colleges called, and neither did the pros. So, to stay close to the game I loved, I decided to become a high school official. You know, a referee. When I played high school sports, I learned the importance of integrity, good sportsmanship, and respect for the rules. Now, as a high school official, I get to help model these same values to others. Maybe the colleges and the pros didn't call, but the kids in Texas did. And now, I'm enjoying the competition, the camaraderie, the bands, the crowds, and all the pageantry of high school sports all over again.
Interested in becoming a licensed high school official? Go to highschoolofficials.com to learn more and begin the application process.
The Malakoff Tiger Sports Network would like to thank Fisherman's Wharf for being one of our sponsors this year. Folks, go out to Fisherman's Wharf for all your fishing and camping needs, and you can even stay the night or the weekend. Just give them a call. You'll find the advertisement right on our page. A home is not a home because the room dimensions or the color of the walls. It's about how you feel when you walk through the front door. It's the vision you have along with the warm feelings in your heart when you realize that this is where God wants you to be. Your experience is more than real estate with me. It's about your life and dreams. At Keller Williams, independent agent Dennis Flowers takes the approach of your home buying choice and dreams to heart. Dennis is a small town guy with a servant's heart. With Dennis Flowers as your next realtor, Dennis will listen to your wants, needs, and dreams and find solutions tailored to you by using all the latest technologies, market research, and business strategies to exceed your expectations. If you're looking for an honest, hard-working realtor, then choose Malakoff's own, Dennis Flowers, an independent agent of Keller Williams. Dennis proudly supports the Malakoff Tigers and Lady Tigers and wants to wish them good luck this sports year. You can call Dennis at 972-938-2222 or 214-980-3906. That's 972-938-2222 or 214-980-3906. Or email Dennis at teamflowers@kw.com. Dennis can also be found on Facebook and Twitter. All right, folks, welcome back to tonight's broadcast. By-district championship action here in Groesbeck, Texas. Your Malakoff Tigers face the Maypearl Panthers, and Darren and I were just having a conference, a little talk about the colors of the Maypearl Panthers. Darren, what colors do they have?
From an old boy from KU, they look like they're white and red, but I believe I read on their website, their school website, they are white and scarlet. Tonight they got their white unis on with the scarlet numbers.
Well, I'll tell you what, you'll keep me straight tonight with the white and the scarlet. So, yeah, they all white with scarlet numbers, Darren. We'll call it scarlet.
It's a good-looking tunnel they got over there, too, man.
Yeah, they've got a big old mean-looking panther over there, the old Black Panther.
Yeah, that's him. He looks good, don't he?
We heard many stories about the Black Panther down there in Trinity River Bottoms, I'll tell you that.
Y'all can keep him in Henderson County.
That and Bigfoot, too. Speaking of Bigfoot, the Malakoff Tigers come out tonight, are about to come out in all black jerseys with yellow trimming, and they'll have yellow numerals on their shirts, and they'll have the yellow marks on their helmets as well. I guess they call them stripes is what I'm trying to say. But they haven't come out yet, and Maypearl is already out, and the Tigers are kind of a little bit delayed coming out right now. I tell you what, Coach Driscoll and his staff does an outstanding job of preparing his Tigers to take the field to play, and you can bet your bottom dollar right now that he's telling his ball club, you can't take this team for granted.
No doubt.
I mean, you can't take anybody for granted right now, no matter what the record is, no matter who they played, different season. And here comes the Maypearl Panthers on the field to play.
Got some smoke coming out from that American flag and that Texas flag.
Yeah, that's pretty nifty, ain't it?
That looks really good.
Got some scarlet smoke coming out.
See, you're on it already. You are a fast study, Joey Snowden. Yeah,
well,
I'm going to hitchhike in on about what you said about Coach Driscoll, in the record. I talked about this earlier. 7-3 record and 3-3 in district, baby, it don't matter. It's playoff time. That changes a lot of things with a lot of teams.
Yes, it does. I mean, in this time of the year, you may get a 3-7 team overall for the season, and then 3-0 in district come and play you, and you can't gauge that team because of how they played or who they played in the preseason or the regular season.
Ramp it up in playoffs, baby. It's like you said a while ago. It's one and done, and you got that mentality going into this thing, and it changes your mentality. Like, okay, this is my last chance. Some of these guys are seniors down here. They don't want to go home. You can bet these seniors do not want to go home.
Yeah, you bet your bottom dollar they don't. And I tell you what, the Tigers now are coming onto the field to play. And, again, all black with the yellow numerals tonight, folks. And they are menacing right now. I'll tell you what.
They look ready.
The Maypearl Panthers have now they're down there at the far corner of the end zone to our right. And they're doing a little bit of chanting, jumping up and down, getting ready, a little pep talk, I guess, in the middle, and some praying in the end zone back there. And that's a good thing to see also. These young guys, giving thanks to everything that's happening for them. And we're in troubled times right now, my friend. And I tell you what, speaking of troubled times, COVID has won a lot of playoff games so far this week.
Absolutely, yeah. This COVID thing has affected a lot of people. Me getting the opportunity to be a part of this tonight, but I hate that it's because of the reason that I'm getting a part of it. I know Marcus Dowell's a very important part of this program, and I know he's he's a very important part of Malakoff. I believe he's a little bit of a hometown hero, if I understand right.
He is indeed.
So I sure hate to see that I'm up here because he has the COVID.
Well, and speaking of heroes, here comes your Malakoff Tigers, and they trumped the Maypearl Panthers with some black and gold smoke, Darren.
Nice, cool looking. I like it.
It is pretty nice. I tell you
like it.
what, it's got me kind of hyped up. I'm getting the goosebumps,
There you
pre-game goosebumps, and
right.
hopefully I don't start running during the game. If I do, y'all just set me back down.
Don't run because I need you.
There ain't many places to run in this press box.
No, but I tell you, I call a lot of games over there in Cayuga, and I'm gonna tell you, this is a nice press box right here, Joey.
Yeah, it is. It is very nice, and the folks here are very hospitable to us, and they have taken good care of us tonight as we came up here and made sure we got to our destination properly. Asked if we needed anything. Of course, I didn't want to tell them I wanted a brisket sandwich or anything like that, so I just kind of kept that to myself.
Why? I was just sitting there looking at the Panthers. They look like they might be at home. Grosbeck is white, and I don't know if they're scarlet or not, but they're white and a shade of red anyway. So.
Yeah, they're one of the shades of red anyway. I'm not gonna get into that conversation with you. I'm just gonna agree that Maypearl is scarlet and white.
It wasn't one of them 8 colors in the jumbo crayon box. Was
Yeah,
it?
no, and I can't even keep up with the computer nowadays. All those colors you can change on everything else, but Aaron sure can. I can tell you that he can change anything. But we're getting ready to play the national anthem here at Grosbeck, and after that we'll have the ceremonial coin toss and probably a word of prayer in between as well. We're in this press box, like Darren said. It's kind of a unique deal. It's hooked up to the gym, basically, and we're overlooking the field of play pretty much from the back side of the gym. So it's pretty good little press box up here, I must say.
Yeah, when you walk into it and you've got a hallway in your press box, you know you're in a press box.
Yeah, them stairs almost got me. You got a couple flights of stairs to get up, and I almost needed the oxygen before I got up here, I tell you.
That press box at Athens we called in, it had an elevator, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. It did. Sure did. I've been vying for one of them elevators at Malakoff for a while, too. The older I get, I need more elevators around.
Think Driscoll's going to go for that?
Well, I tell you what, if he could, he would. I think he'll be outvoted on that one. So.
Last time I was over at Malakoff, they had added those little cushions on the rails when you stand up on the rails, so you don't get poked by the chain link fence, and that. Just a little touch like that, but it was nice.
Yeah,
nice.
I tell you, you can tell a true Tiger fan because they've got scars all up and down their arms from being on that fence.
Look like an old wrestler, huh?
That's exactly right. I'm sure they enjoy that too. They're enjoying a nice stadium here tonight in Grosbeck, and I tell you what, quite a crowd has filtered into Grosbeck Stadium here for the Tigers, and we all know that during the playoffs that people come out of the woodworks to watch this Malakoff Tiger team play because they've been there and done that several times. And I tell you what, the Tigers now getting ready for the ceremonial coin toss. Captains for tonight's team will be number 15, Brandon Nations, for the Malakoff Tigers. And Nations standing about 6'5" himself, and he's going to be a defensive end, and he'll play some tight end tonight, Darren, for the Malakoff Tigers.
Mr. Nations goes both ways, does he?
He does, and he's good at it too. And, the Tigers started using him a little bit and played a double tight end set a little bit in some of their playbook, and it's worked fairly well on some of the teams that they've played this year, especially here in Grosbeck. So we'll see how they use Brandon Nations tonight. But my thing for the Malakoff Tigers tonight, establish the running game first and foremost, and then you got to put Nathan Jones and Regan Smith into your equation too. Get them the ball early and often. If the Tigers can do that, we already know they got a good defense, but they're going to have to control the passing game of Maypearl. If they can do that tonight, they win this game easily. They're picked by 28. Malakoff has won the toss and they deferred to the second half, so the Tigers will kick the ball from our left to our right to start things off here tonight in our by-district championship contest. Again, no video tonight. We're sorry about that. Due to UIL rules and regulations, we could not video this game tonight. We apologize. We certainly wanted to do that, but just not going to work out tonight in this broadcast. So.
Man, I'll tell you what, I'm looking forward to these Tigers going on defense first. I've been hearing all about this Biscuit, man, Biscuit Boy, or whatever you want to call him. I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Well, I tell you what, they usually do this every game. They like to start out on defense, and when you hold teams to 19 quarters scoreless, you know why they want to start on defense.
Yeah, I can see why after listening to you talk about those 6'5" guys on each end of the line there. it's going to be a ball game, and here we go. We teeing it up on the 40 right now.
Yeah, and you got two guys between the tackles that played the one technique, the A and B gaps, that are probably about 225 to 250, and they can run like a scalded you know what.
That's always a good combination. Always a good combination.
Yeah, the Tigers are going to tee it off here, and it looks like, goodness, I think we've got a change in kickers here, and it's Brandon Nation is actually going to kick the ball off. He kicks it deep to the 1 yard line, and the Tigers are going to wrap up the return man at the 22-yard line, where Maypearl will take over 1st and 10, and that was River Perkins on the initial contact, along with number 14, Cannon Poteet.
River Perkins wrapped up and made a real good tackle right there on that play, man. That's pretty form technique. That's good coaching right there by the Tiger coaching staff.
Well, I tell you what, special teams has been special all year long for this bunch over in Malakoff, and you see why starting off. They don't allow any big returns, and they fill their gaps going down the field pretty nicely, and then they make good form tackles.
Special teams is that third phase that a lot of times people just forget about, but, man, they can make you break your special right now in this playoff season.
Empty set backfield for Maypearl, 3 wide receivers right, and a penalty on the first play of the game. And that looks like to be number 10 back there starting at quarterback, Jackson Emerton, the senior. and they'll do this sometimes, Darren. They'll bring in the freshman also, Heath Graff, and they'll switch in and out and rotate at quarterback. Graff has been a pretty good passer as a freshman for the Maypearl team, and looks like this young man's going to get the start tonight, Emerton, for the Maypearl Panthers, wearing number 10.
You know, that's something I think, that at this time of the year, again, like we've been saying, it's one and done. You don't want to lose. You pull out all the stops, and maybe it's something that, you hadn't seen before, but, guess what? We're here to try to win too, so.
Well, yeah, exactly. And it looks like they just wanted to reset the play clock, I believe, the 25-second clock. And now they come out, spread formation, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Quick pass out to the right with a bubble screen. Gets to the outside, and a nice little gainer there for the Maypearl Panthers. A gain of about 6 yards, call it 7 on the play. And I'm trying to see the receiver. Looks like it was number 3, I believe. Yeah, that's right, Charlie Haldman. So Charlie Haldman for Maypearl. So looks to be a gain of 6, 2nd and 4 coming up for the Panthers.
Good bubble screen play there by the Maypearl Panthers to get the game started.
2 wide receivers left, 1 to the right. Looked like the Tigers possibly jumped. There is going to be a sack on the play for the Malakoff defense, and that is Zamir Ruiz in there and Brandon Nations.
That's who I was looking for right there, Joey. I talked about him earlier. That's Zamir Ruiz, already making his presence known here tonight.
And there's going to be encroachment on the defense. That's going to be called for Malakoff, or against Malakoff, and that's going to give Maypearl their first down of this ball game, Darren.
Yeah, Zamir's probably excited to be back, man. Got a little, just like everybody else, playoff time, got a little nerves. He's ready to get in there. So let's see him settle down and see what he does.
Well, here we go. 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Ball spot on the far side hash. Spread formation. Pass across the middle is dropped. And that was just a little in route being ran by number 9, Aiden Matthews.
Yeah, Matthews had a good route run. The ball hits him and just drops it right there. Maybe kind of a little theme of the night here. Just a little case of the nerves. Just got to settle down.
Well, he had that Malakoff secondary closed in on him, too, across the middle, so you hear some footsteps going across that middle, and sometimes that changes the mindset. Spread formation, and it's going to be a quarterback keeper to the right. He's going to go outside, out of bounds, That's Emerton for the Panthers. So maybe a gain of 1 on the play, if that. I believe they're going to give him maybe 1 yard, Darren.
Yeah, not much on that one there. Malakoff defense in pursuit, swarming to the football. So, living up to what we've been talking about all night long.
Sideline to sideline, you just can't beat the Tigers to the sideline pretty much. I mean, if you do, you get lucky or they get a good block. Spread formation, 2 wide receivers left, 1 to the right, 1 back in the backfield. Emerton, the quarterback. Emerton's going to call his own number, design draw play, and he might have got 1 yard out of that deal, and that's about it before Brandon Nations and Cole Gaddis got him, and there's that Biscuit again on the tackle, number 33, DK Rose.
Old Biscuit, I've been hearing a lot about him, man. He looks good out there right now. Again, that Malakoff defense is pretty tough, coming up with a 4th down here already.
Yeah, 4th and 9 to go, about 8.5 to go. And that looks like number 17, Heath Rossler, will handle the punting duties for the Panthers. There is a very high punt by Rossler, and it's going to take a Tiger bounce, be killed on the 34-yard line where Malakoff will set up shop, 1st down and 10 at their own 34, Darren.
Heath Rossler handling some kicking duties and some quarterback duties, as I've been told. He's also can go in there at a running back as well, so he seems like he's a multi-tool player there.
Yeah, he is. He's one of those multi-talented athletes that you see on Sundays, basically can do anything. I know it's Friday night, and I like Friday nights better than Sundays anyway now.
Yeah, I'm still hanging in there watching, but I'm just a football junkie, so.
Well, Darian Peace leads the Tigers out spread formation. He's going to call his own number off left tackle to the 40, and he's going to get a 1st down at the 44-yard line on a 10-yard pickup for the Malakoff Tigers and quarterback Darian Peace.
Darian Peace already moving the chains for the Tigers. I've been hearing all this about him passing, been looking at his stats and how good he's at passing, but that's a good run.
2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Going to be a handoff to Hart coming right. Picks up a block on the outside. Hart to the 45-40, 35-30, and Hart still on his feet. 1 man to beat and drugged down from behind at the 26, 27-yard line goes Deuce Hart.
Looked like number 21, Jalen Mosley, if I'm not mistaken, had a really good block out there in front of that Tiger running back and cleared the way for probably another 10 more yards.
And we talk about setting the edge. He really set the edge that time for Deuce Hart. And a 28-yard pickup, it looks like, on the play for the Malakoff Tigers and a 1st down. And they're almost in the red zone here. And looks like it looked like a busted play, but it's going to be a bubble screen to Nathan Jones. And Jones to the 10, the 5, and drugged down at the 2-yard line. I believe that's the 2, Darren.
That's going to be real close to the 2. Number 9 on the tackle for the Maypearl Panthers, saving the first 6 points of the game. Malakoff is going to set up shop, though, right there at sniffing on the end zone.
So 1st and goal now for the Malakoff Tigers. 2 wide receivers to the right. And it looks like the tight end set to the left, slot back on the left. It's going to be a speed option. No, it's an RPO play. And the Tigers get in the end zone for the touchdown on the handoff to Deuce Happy Feet Hart for the Malakoff Tigers. And that is a Kellen Williams, Dennis Flowers Realtor touchdown for your Malakoff Tigers.
Deuce Happy Feet Hart right up the middle. Put the first 6 points on the board here tonight.
And the Tigers strike fast here. And now Gonzalez comes in to attempt the point after. First time we've seen him tonight for the Tigers. The left-footed sophomore kicker. The hold is good. The kick is up, and it is good. And with 8:56 left to play in your first quarter, it's your Malakoff Tigers on top by a score of 7-0. And, folks, we'll be right back after these messages.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Texas. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
All right, folks, welcome back to Groesbeck, Texas for this big by-district championship game for the Malakoff Tigers playing against the Maypearl Panthers. Your Malakoff Tigers strike first with a 2-yard run from scrimmage by running back Deuce Hart. And Hart has the Tigers on the board. That was followed up by a PAT from Gonzalez. And our score, 7-0, 8:56 left in the first. And as we talked about at break, Darren, Tigers score fast.
Yeah, they did. They went down the field real efficient that time. Tigers kicking off, going from our left to the right. Another good kick all the way down to right about the 12-yard line.
And that's going to be number 12. And I tell you what, a 3-yard pickup, maybe 4 on that return, and that's it. And River Perkins again downfield with Jaden Trevino. and Nathan Jones and Cannon Poteet on that stop, and that Tiger special teams is special.
Man, I'll tell you what, they are really impressing me. I'll be honest, I hadn't watched many Tiger games this year, and paying attention to this one, man, that special teams, Joey, it's named right. It's special.
It's the real. They're the real deal. I guarantee you. Like what we talk about, 3 phases of the game: offense, defense, and special teams. And without a good special teams play from your team, you don't win many games. And I tell you what, this special teams for the Tigers, like you said, is special. Maypearl with a spread formation, 2 wide receivers right, 1 back in the backfield. It's going to be a quarterback keeper by design. And he's not going to go anywhere. He may gain a yard on the play before he's belted at about the 19-yard line, Darren.
Yeah, he picked up a few more yards than what I think I originally thought he was going to. But, again, that Tiger defense, man, they're swarming. They're going to make you earn what you get.
Yeah, and I tell you, it kind of behooves me that, more teams don't try to pass on the Tigers, and they still try to test that running game out that they have against the Tiger defense. It just don't work out for them.
Yeah, that big defensive line, it's hard to get past them. There you go. There's another good in the backfield tackle by the Tigers.
Yeah, and Malakoff again coming in so fast, and that's D.K. Rose on that tackle for the Malakoff Tigers, a.k.a. Biscuit.
He a Pillsbury biscuit, or what kind of biscuit is he? A Grand's biscuit?
I don't know
maybe.
if I want to even say what kind of biscuit he is. I told Marcus, I said, you can't call him soft. He must be one of them hard biscuits.
Oh, man. Huh. He's definitely a player.
He is. 3rd down and 10 now, up and coming from Maypearl out of the spread formation, 2 wide right, 2 wide to the left, 1 back in the backfield. 3-step drop, looks right, throws right, pass is incomplete. And what a great play at cornerback on the other side of the field by Judson Driscoll. And Driscoll sticks his helmet into that intended receiver and drives through him, and he just couldn't come down with the ball.
Going to bring up another 4th down here for the Panthers. So, we're probably going to be talking about it a lot tonight. That Tiger defense is answering the bell right now.
And Bryson Adair now, after having an ankle injury last week, is out here to return this punt. Glad to see him back because he is a game breaker. There is a high line drive punt, and it's going to be fair caught inside the 50-yard line at the 49-yard line by Adair. And the Tigers will have great field position from 49 yards out.
Number 22, Adair, man, takes some guts to hang in there on a kick like that. It was high into the lights. I kind of lost it there for a little bit myself, but he hung in there, man, and he caught it.
And Adair is real sneaky, too. He has deceptive speed, and he can go in the open field. He's already scored 1 touchdown on a punt return this year already. Darian Peace leads the Tigers out on the field to play. Spread formation. Deuce Hart in the backfield. Looks like they're operating now the pistol formation here. And Hart back to pass under duress. Gets it off. Open downfield right in the middle. And it's going to be a big 1st down for the Tigers and a big gainer by Nathan Jones. And I don't know how Peace got that ball off. He jumps up and just slings it down the middle of the field, and there was a wide-open Nathan Jones for the 1st down.
I was just sitting here thinking the same thing. I don't know how he got that ball off. I think there's at least 3 Panthers closing in on him. They had to be 6-8 inches away from him, and there you go. Now we're down here we're in the red zone.
2 wide receivers right, 1 to the left, 1 back in the backfield for quarterback Darian Peace. He's doing it with his arm now. Looking over to Coach Driscoll now, gets the snap. Looks to the right, throws to the right. Man is open, and that's Hart. Jalen Hart all the way down to the 6-yard line, and that's another Malakoff Tiger 1st down and a 13-yard pickup on the pass play.
Good pass and catch by the Tiger offense. Maypearl, that tackler right there may save the day right there, wrapped up on him and got him down, like you said, right around the 6-yard line. But
it may save a couple of seconds. Is that what you
say? Yeah, it may save a couple of seconds, but this Tiger offense, they're pretty efficient.
Ball in the middle of the field, trips to the right. It's going to be another handoff. Deuce Hart, he's going to scoot into the end zone, walk the dog, touchdown Tigers. And Deuce Hart does it again. And, oh, my, the Tigers are making this one look easy. And I tell you what, the experts had the Tigers picked by 28. What I'm seeing right now, Darren Sims, is the Tigers could win by 58 here, and I'm not exaggerating one bit, folks.
At this rate that we're on here, 2 touchdowns, and how many minutes have gone in this game?
Not many.
Not
6.
many, yeah.
Less than 6,
Yeah,
5 minutes.
Yeah. 6-man football, we might be over at half.
Gonzalez comes in to attempt the extra point out of the hold of Judson Driscoll. The kick is up, plenty of leg, and it is good. And with 6:49 left to play in the first quarter, it's your Malakoff Tigers on top by a score of 14-0 over the Maypearl Panthers. We'll be right back after these messages.
I loved playing high school sports. I loved the competition, the camaraderie, the bands, the crowds, all the pageantry, and I wanted to keep playing. But I graduated. No colleges called, and neither did the pros. So, to stay close to the game I loved, I decided to become a high school official. A referee. When I played high school sports, I learned the importance of integrity, good sportsmanship, and respect for the rules. Now, as a high school official, I get to help model these same values to others. Maybe the colleges and the pros didn't call, but the kids in Texas did. And now, I'm enjoying the competition, the camaraderie, the bands, the crowds, and all the pageantry of high school sports all over again.
Interested in becoming a licensed high school official? Go to highschoolofficials.com to learn more and begin the application process.
All right, folks, back live here, Groesbeck, Texas. Your Malakoff Tigers in this bi-district championship round of high school football are on top 14-0. And it's not many times you see a 6'4", 6'5" kicker, Darren Sims.
Well, they ain't down at Cayuga, Joey Snowden, I can tell you that. We got some good players down there, don't get me wrong, though. And we got some, you talking about corn-fed players earlier, we got some of them down there, we're growing them.
And that's a nice return on the kickoff by Aiden Matthews after a very low kick by Brandon Nations. And he's going to be out at the 41-yard line, definitely Maypearl's best field position on the evening.
Absolutely. That's what I was just sitting there thinking. This is going to be one of their best shot right here to try to answer the 12 points that the Tigers have on the board.
Yeah, and you got to be careful kicking the ball right here, too, on special teams. You want to get that deep kick and high kick down the field so your special teams can run up under that football and make an easy tackle, or a quick tackle, I should say. You don't want to give them too much time to run the ball back.
Yeah, the line drive didn't help.
2 wide receivers left, 1 to the right. Ball spotted the near side hash, 1 back in the backfield. It's going to be a pass down the field to play, incomplete, way over the head. I mean, way over the head for the intended receiver, Aiden Matthews.
I think the Maypearl Panthers may be realizing that the run game might not work for them here tonight. So they've thrown quite a few passes in the last plays here. They're trying to get something going in their passing game.
Yes, they have, and they're trying to get a one-on-one matchup against the corners for the Tigers, but the quarterback so far has been inaccurate for Maypearl here. Now they've got number 17 in the backfield. That's Heath Rossler, and it's going to be a handoff to Rossler, and he is stacked up by Nations, and he is hit by the rest of the Tiger defense and thrown backwards.
Yeah, that wasn't just Nations. That was Tiger Nation right there. That was,
sure was.
That was 4 or 5 of them right there on that tackle.
Yeah, Nations made that initial contact, and you're right. The whole Tiger Nation swarmed then. No gain on the play. 3rd down and 10. A sight looking familiar for Maypearl all night so far. 3rd down and 10. This Tiger defense, something else.
Yeah, they hadn't let them get an inch. Good field position like we talked about, but it don't seem to matter to the Tiger defense.
No, it don't. 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right, 1 back in the backfield to the left side of the quarterback. There's a snap. It's going to be a pass. 2-step drop, fires over the middle, caught and complete. A tough catch, and what a great catch that time by Aaron Jett. Aaron Jett, well, that was a tough play to make right there, Aaron.
Man, I mean, it was right in between 2 Tiger defenders. It's close. I guess it's going to be good enough to move the chains for the Maypearl Panthers.
Yeah, I believe that's their first down of the night.
That Aaron Jett, that one that just that receiver that just caught the ball, I believe he's got 126 all-purpose yards this year, so he's a key player for him.
He is. It's going to be the RPO ran by the quarterback, and nothing doing right there is that Tiger defense again on the swarm. And the Tigers just going to pick up a penalty right there. That was not a heads-up play by Trevor Jarvis as some extracurricular activity. He gets shoved first, and then he gets caught shoving back, and he's going to come out of the game real quick for that one.
Yeah, and that's probably going to get the Panthers
Their second first down?
Yeah, their second first down, going to give them 15 yards, I would think.
Yeah, and you don't want to do this right here. This is, you've got to keep your composure and keep your head in this ball game right here. The playoffs and playoffs is something totally different. You've got to keep your composure here.
Yeah, you don't want to slip up and let some game that you feel pretty confident about and do something like this right here to cost you a game like this. It's just not a good decision, and that young man came off the field, and I bet you there is a Malakoff coach in his ear right now.
Yeah, there was, and it wasn't pretty, I can guarantee you that. But 15-yard penalty, that cost them right there. And now Maypearl driving on the Tigers at their 33-yard line, I believe, Darren.
Yeah, that's where it looks like it is, Joey. 1st and 10, counting down here in the first quarter.
2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right, 1 back in the backfield. It's going to be a handoff this time to the first back through and nothing doing.
I mean, wrapped up at the line.
And that was a great play. That's Cole Gaddis on that tackle, 52 for the Tigers. And Cole Gaddis, another run stopper that we've talked about earlier before the broadcast, Aaron. He's one of the guys that you rely on in that middle to stop that run.
Gaddis is playing in that A-gap, man. He knows what he's doing right there. You can definitely tell he's got that technique.
Yeah, and Ruiz on the other side of him, and they're a tandem. I guarantee you they're a tandem. Spread formation again, 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left, 1 back in the backfield's Rossler. And quarterback is going to throw one over the middle, nicely caught and completed, and a good throw by the quarterback. That's Haldman again on the catch. And now Haldman and the Panthers are kind of finding their way here against this Tiger secondary.
The Panthers' passing game is starting to come alive a little bit here. Tigers in the backfield there, their secondary, they're going to have to kind of tighten up here.
Well, and they're throwing some quick hitters, too. They're not giving the Tiger defense much time to get back in the backfield. They're throwing the ball pretty quick, and that's what you got to do against this Tiger defense. 2 wide left, 1 to the right. Emerton back to pass. Looks left, has a scramble out to his right, rolls right, throws downfield. Pass is, I believe they're going to say it's completed.
Here we go.
It is completed for a first down at the 8-yard line of the Tigers, and that's just a great play by Emerton.
Yeah, Panther quarterback hanging in there and just keep his eyes looking down the field, looking for something to happen, and he found it right at the last minute. Paid off for him. They're within the 10-yard line.
I like how he pulled up right there. He knew where the line of scrimmage was at. He pulled up right at the line of scrimmage and then fired the ball to a wide-open Clay Payne on the right sideline for that first down. Now it's 1st and goal for Maypearl. 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left, 1 back in the backfield. Emerton, the quarterback. Emerton, 3-step drop, steps up in the pocket, rolls right. He's going to run and goes out of bounds at about the 5-6-yard line.
He seen them Tigers coming for him, didn't he, Joey?
Yeah, he wanted to go out of bounds very quick, my friend.
Yeah, he was looking for the end zone. He looked up and seen Tigers, and he changed his mind.
Going to be 2nd down, and here's the thing. Maypearl, if they get in scoring distance, they have a kicker with a leg. We saw him kick in pregame, and he was nailing from 50 yards out with ease. So they've got a great kicker over in Maypearl. Emerton, the quarterback. 2 wide receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Ball marked on the far side hash, and that's going to be a touchdown for Maypearl. And I think they caught the Tigers asleep on that alignment right there as the Tigers went the opposite way the play went. And I tell you what, that was an easy score for the Maypearl Panthers right there on a good-looking drive by Heath Rossler.
Sometimes that's what the passing game does to you, Joey. It kind of loosens you up the middle. You get to be looking for those things on the edge and then, outside, out down the field, and then there you go. That opens up the middle for you. Yeah,
and scoring like the Tigers have scored, they may have had a mental lapse there. Looks like Ryland Winningham will attempt a point after, and at that point, that kick is up and good, and I believe he kicked it all the way back to Wortham.
Yeah, went down there to that store I stopped at a while ago, getting me a Mountain Dew at.
So our score, 14-7, Tigers lead with 3:43 in the first quarter. We'll be right back, folks. The Malakoff Tiger Sports Network would like to thank Fisherman's Wharf for being one of our sponsors this year. Folks, go out to Fisherman's Wharf for all your fishing and camping needs, and you can even stay the night or the weekend. Just give them a call. You'll find the advertisement right on our page. All right, folks, we're back here at Groesbeck, Texas. Maypearl Panthers answer the Tigers' last touchdown by scoring one of their own. Of course, that was aided by a unnecessary roughness penalty after the play was over by Trevor Jarvis, and we talked about that a while ago. You can't afford to make these kind of mistakes because now it just cost you 7 points.
Yeah, the Panthers went down the field that time, like you said, with that penalty. That didn't help the Tigers. But I'll be interested to see how the Panthers come back on defense right now, see if they can stop the Tigers. But so far, that's been a pretty tough chore for the Panthers to do.
Yeah, and maybe you want to look out for the onside kick right here, too, by Willingham and the Panthers.
It ain't laying down watermelon style.
No, sir. So Willingham will kick a short but high kick to the up back, and it is going to be returnable. And the Tigers return it all the way to the 43-yard line. So a nice little return right there. Yet a little bit dangerous, if you ask me. But Riggin Smith loves the face of danger, and he'll tackle it head on.
You know, when you're returning kickoffs or punts, you got to kind of have that adrenaline in you, that adrenaline junkie. And as you said, you're not scared to face danger.
That's exactly right. Hey, some scores to pass along. Mount Vernon 22, Gladewater 21. That's over in Region 2. And we've got White Oak and Pottsboro all tied up at 7 apiece. And the winner of the Pottsboro-White Oak game will face the winner of the Maypearl and Malakoff game tonight next week at some point in time. Tigers come out on offense. It's going to be a broken eye out of the pistol. It's going to be a handoff to Keenan Langley, and Langley shot out of a cannon right there, picks up a quick 7 or 8 yards on the run.
Langley like a bowling ball over there on the other sideline, taking out a few of the Panthers that are just sitting on the sideline over there.
Langley is your big bruising back, if you will.
He might have bruised some of those other Panthers over there.
Well, I tell you what, he can get it and he can go. Langley spells Deuce Hart from time to time. Deuce Hart is your scat back, but Langley is the bruiser. He stands about 6'1", and he's going to weigh close to 200 pounds, and you don't want to get in his way when he's got a full head of steam.
Absolutely.
One receiver right, one to the left. Going to be a quick pass, and pass is caught and complete by Jalen Mosley. Makes a little move, and out of bounds he goes at the 35-yard line. That'll be a first down.
I believe that's going to be 4 for 4 for Darion Peace tonight so far. And I had 82 yards on a 3 for 3. How many yards was that did he just tack on to his total?
I believe that's 25.
Yeah, that's going to put him well over 100 already. We're not into the first quarter yet.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, and the Tigers are probably wishing right now they hadn't gave up that 7 points, because that 19 quarters in a row, that's something to be proud of. And you had a little lapse right there on that last drive from my Maypearl. Now, Peace back to pass. Fires one over the middle and caught on the left hash. Riggin Smith still fighting for yardage.
Riggin Smith doing a good job after the catch of staying on his feet. He had a couple of Panthers there wrapped up on him, but he was trying his best to get a few more yards out of that thing. Just didn't quite work out for him, but he still – what did he do? He pick up about 8, about 7 on that one?
7 yards on the catch, and Riggin Smith and his family are rodeo people, so they are tough.
Thus the name Riggins, huh?
Yep.
Makes sense.
2 wide receivers left, 1 to the right. Jet sweep to the right. Jalen Mosley following a wall of blockers. He's to the 20-15, 1 man to beat, 10-5, and he dives for the pylon, and he's out of bounds at about the 1 foot line. Oh, goodness.
I was going to say, that's about the half-yard line, isn't it, Joey?
Yeah, it is. That might be a foot away, maybe closer, but he dove for that pylon. I thought he stretched it out and hit it, but we don't have instant replay.
We don't have the pylon cams.
And we'll never know.
Well, I bet you we'll know here in just a little bit.
But I tell you what, that is good for a Malakoff Tiger first down, and it's 1st and goal. And they're spotting that ball right about the goal line.
Yeah, it's like right there, like 1 football length, maybe.
34-yard pickup on the play for the Tigers. Here's that big bruising backfield coming into play now for Malakoff. To Keenan Lane, he's going to get the ball, and he's going to cruise into the end zone, walk the dog one more time. The Tigers are up now 20-7.
I don't even know if a Panther touched him that time when he went in.
They did not. They did not touch him. It was kind of like flag football. They reached out, and they couldn't grab the flag, and he just went on in.
We don't know nothing about that flag football, do we, Jonathan?
Gonzalez comes in to attempt the extra point for the Malakoff Tigers. Your Tigers up 20-7. Pending this PAT attempt by Gonzalez, the sophomore. Poteet, the deep snapper. There's a snap. Hold is good. The kick is up. It's good. And the Tigers now take a 21-7 lead with 2:38 left to play in the first, and 28 points have been scored in this first quarter, and we're not done yet, Darren.
Yeah, 28 by Cayuga math. That'd be 100 at the end of the game.
Well, that's close to it.
Ooh,
I don't know about them decimal points, but we can figure it up at halftime.
have to get all our shoes off and get our toes out.
Maybe you get your wife in on that one, and she can, do some numbers for you.
Heck, Brazos and Brenham may be able to count better than we can.
I want to give a shout-out to Dalen Beebe.
Yeah, you're the shout-out man
I'm
tonight.
the shout-out man tonight.
Yeah, Marcus is gone. You got to take the shout-outs, brother.
And Jason Riddle's on here tonight.
Hey, another Malakoff alumni there, both of them. And Dalen Beebe, a great kicker in his own right for the Malakoff Tigers, and went on to play for Trinity Valley. And
Justin Jackson, my cousin Kevin Kilman.
Kevin, hey, Giggle Maggies. Well, the Malakoff Tigers now will tee it off from their own 40-yard line. Brandon Nations, again, handling the kickoff duties. And this is something new that we're seeing right now. You know, through all year long, we hadn't seen Nations kick the ball off, and it's something he's doing right now. So
Done a really good job so far tonight.
yes, he has.
Pinning them back deep other than that one kickoff. But, I mean, other than that, it's been a really good showing here by Tiger Special Teams.
Nations with a kick. It is a low line drive kick. It fielded at the 21-yard line, and he is pelted, oh, my goodness, by Zach Studley.
Give a shout-out to all the Malakoff teachers. That's a oh, my right there.
There you go, oh, my.
Oh, my, he got hit.
Yeah, Marcus will tell you in a heartbeat, oh, my.
I don't know if I can do it like that, but I'll give it a go here in a little while.
1st and 10 for Maypearl. And, man, I tell you what, that was a heavy hit right there by Studley and company.
Special teams.
These kids are just so fast moving downfield, and if they get an opportunity to hit you, you need to kind of go down if you're the opposing player because you're going to get hit.
Yeah, if you don't go down, you're going to get hit again by another player is what's going to happen with this
That's
Tiger
right.
Special Teams.
Tigers in a 4-man front. 3 linebackers kind of playing 5 yards off, pass downfield, deep downfield, and there's I tell you what, the defender and the receiver both ran into each other down the field, and there's a player shaking up in the backfield. I don't see a penalty marker anywhere on the ground. Do you, Darren?
No, I don't. That was a real deep pass, though, man. The Panthers trying to move down the field here on that 1st and 10.
Well, I tell you what, I believe that Jackson Emerton was pelted while throwing that ball by Zamir Ruiz, and he's slow to get up right now.
Yeah, they're Panthers coaching teams over there checking him out. He's got his hands on his head.
Yeah, he's probably trying to figure out where he's at.
May need to go under the blue tent.
Well, I don't know about the blue tent here. Maybe there's a scarlet tent.
Scarlet tent. There you go. A scarlet tent over there.
So 2nd down and 10 now for the Maypearl Panthers. And now they were trying to give water to the players, and now everybody on the Malakoff sidelines that was out there giving water has to run off. About 6 or 7 of them out
Good-looking water crew right there.
It looks like it's going to be the freshman now, Heath Graff, into the ball game. There's a pass across the middle, broken up nicely along the way, and that was Hayden Thomas and Zach Studley.
Yeah, Graff took a low snap right there, so he had a lot to deal with, knowing it was going to be a passing play, trying to get the ball up just to get a look down the field, and then there the Tiger defense is swarming. There was 2 of them on the wide receiver that the ball was intended for.
Yeah, 3rd down and 10, 9, Darren. I mean, just 3rd down and 10 now. And Emerton's back in the game is what I meant to say before I got tongue-twisted and tongue-tied there. But spread formation, 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Ball spotted on the far side. Hash. Emerton at quarterback. And that's going to be a false start right there, or legal procedure against the offense. We'll call it false start.
Going to back them up 5 yards, I think, Joey.
It will.
If it's a false start.
So they are moving moving that down marker back 5 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 15 now for Maypearl, and this is one of those 3rd down and 15s that Maypearl can't afford right now in order to try to stay in this ball game. Looks like Pottsboro just went ahead of White Oak 14-7 in that ball game. We'll keep you posted on that one, folks, as we move further along into our contest here. 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Emerton the quarterback, 1 back in the backfield. Little RPO action. Now it's going to be a pass. Rolling right is and that ball is, I believe it's caught.
I see it rolling around on the other side over there.
Maybe it's not, but I tell you what, he took a big lick. He's going to have to come out. That's Rossler, and he was waylaid.
Rossler's pretty important part of their the Panthers' offense, if I'm not mistaken. So this is going to be pretty important, pretty key to see how he gets up here and see how he reacts.
Well, hopefully it was just one of those issues where he just got his bell rung a little bit and he'll be okay.
Absolutely.
We certainly hope the best for that young man, but that was a heavy hit by the Malakoff secondary right there. Goodness gracious. And we've seen some big hits already tonight by this Tiger defense and special teams unit. And they are out for blood tonight, my friend.
Man, I'm telling you, this Tiger defense is super, super impressive. I'm not sure who the defensive coach is, but, man, he's doing a lights-out job for Malakoff.
Oh, yes, sir. And that would be Brett Watkins.
Brett Watkins. Coach Watkins is doing an outstanding job with this Tiger defense.
He is a good guy.
Looks like they're going to bring up a fourth down for him. It's going to look like they're going to be setting up to punt. Panthers are.
Yeah, it behoove him to punt right now, 4th and 15. You don't want to give the Tigers a short field right here by any means at all. Bryson Adair back deep at his own 35-yard line to receive this punt. Little high snap right there. The Tigers almost get a block, and it is going to be a bad punt. And I tell you what, that only goes about 12 yards on the punt, maybe 13, and the Tigers have great field position at the Maypearl 38-yard line, Darren.
Yeah, the high snap made the Panther punter have to go back to the 10-yard line to kick it. He was set up originally probably around the 13 or so, but the high snap he had to kind of go back a little bit, so that didn't help. That didn't help at all. And then the high punt, man, he's got some hang time, but sometimes that's just not what you want.
Yeah, and I don't see any wind blowing them flags across the way either, so I don't think it was hurt by the wind at all.
No.
Tigers come out on offense now. It's going to be 1st down and 10. Darian Peace, the quarterback. Going to be a fake jet sweep to the left, RPO, and Darian Peace calls his own number and runs over a defender about the 22-yard line. Oh, my.
Yeah, gets him down there and just puts his shoulder down and runs him over. Moving the chains, Darian Peace. He can throw it. He can run it. Man, he looks like a leader out there, and he's sure leading his troops right down the field again.
18-yard pickup on the play for Darian Peace and that Tiger offense, and they're rolling once again. 2 wide receivers right, 1 to the left, 1 back in the backfield is Hart. Going to be a handoff to Hart. Jukes his way out of 1 tackle, jukes his way in the middle of the field, and scoots in the end zone for the score. That's a Tiger touchdown, Deuce Hart. And, oh, my, 23-yard touchdown run by Hart. And that Malakoff offensive line blew a hole that all 3 of us could run through that time, Darren.
That offensive line is something you can appreciate, huh, Mr. Snowden?
Yes, it is. And I love an offensive line that can open holes like that.
And, that, they are the unsung heroes of the game. When I'm calling games back at KU, I always try to pick out some offensive linemen and give them some credit because I'm telling you, without those guys in the trenches, you can't do things like they just did.
You can't do anything at all. There's a snap on the PAT. It looks like that might have been partially blocked, but it still sneaked in the left upright and good. And so the Tigers now take a 28-7 lead with 1:31 left in the first quarter. And, folks, we'll be right back. You're listening to the Malakoff Tiger Sports Network on SHN Sports.
It's still the
a home is not a home because the room dimensions or the color of the walls. It's about how you feel when you walk through the front door. It's the vision you have along with the warm feelings in your heart when you realize that this is where God wants you to be. Your experience is more than real estate with me. It's about your life and dreams. At Keller Williams, independent agent Dennis Flowers takes the approach of your home buying choice and dreams to heart. Dennis is a small town guy with a servant's heart. With Dennis Flowers as your next realtor, Dennis will listen to your wants, needs, and dreams and find solutions tailored to you by using all the latest technologies, market research, and business strategies to exceed your expectations. If you're looking for an honest, hard-working realtor, then choose Malakoff's own, Dennis Flowers, an independent agent of Keller Williams. Dennis proudly supports the Malakoff Tigers and Lady Tigers and wants to wish them good luck this sports year. You can call Dennis at 972-938-2222 or 214-980-3906. That's 972-938-2222 or 214-980-3906. Or email Dennis at teamflowers@kw.com. Dennis can also be found on Facebook and Twitter. All right, folks, welcome back to Groesbeck, Texas, and your Malakoff Tigers up in a big way right now, 28-7. And right now, the Tiger offense can do what they want to do with this Maypearl defense, folks.
You're saying the playbook's wide open?
It's wide open right now. There's the kick. This time, Gonzalez kicks it. High, deep kick. Fielded about the 10-yard line. Returned to the 24, and he is helicoptered at the 24. And let me see a number on this young man. That is going to be
12.
Nathan Jones, number 17. That makes him do a little helicopter.
He kind of slid in there and kind of grabbed him by his ankles and drug him down is what it looked like up here.
Yeah, twisted his body, contorted his body.
But, that's what special teams is all about. They're scrappy. Yep. They do what they got to do, man. They
whatever
do what
you need to do.
That's right. That's what some of them, that's all they do, with special teams. That's just kind of what they're made for.
Maypearl comes onto the field to play on offense. 2 wide receivers right, 1 to the left, 1 back in the backfield. Emerton, the quarterback. It's going to be a handoff this time. And, again, nothing doing. And maybe got back to the line of scrimmage, Darren.
Right. I mean, Tiger defense right there, not letting anything get past them. Man, very impressive here by the Tiger defense.
Yeah, it's good to see Rossler back in the game, too, for the Maypearl Panthers. As he was injured a while ago, slow getting up off the field, but he has returned now and was in the backfield on that last carry. Maypearl, 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Tigers adjust to the strong side. And there's a fumble on the play. The quarterback couldn't pick it up, and he's going to be sacked. And it's going to be a pretty big loss on this play of 5 yards on the sack. It looked like Ruiz and Gaddis in there for the Tigers.
Very, very low snap, almost slid across the ground. He had to pick it up off of the ground to try to make something happen, and you can't afford that against that front right there.
No, because if you look up, one of the Tigers may grab that ball off the ground from your hands and scoot into the end zone. They're that fast.
And then they are right there. It looks like we got a timeout maybe, Joey.
Looks like there is a timeout.
First quarter.
Well, there's 12 seconds left. They may just let the quarter play out here, and they are. And that'll be the end of the first quarter here in Groesbeck, Texas. Oh, there's a little shenanigans going on here.
All right, a little trickery.
Trickeration. Maypearl runs back on the field real fast. They were showing signs that they were gonna let the clock run out. The Tigers were unaware of what was going on, and the coach sent Maypearl back on the field to play, and then the clock runs out. So really nothing to talk about, I guess.
And they're still hustling off over there like they're trying to get down here to set something up, I guess quickly on the beginning of the second quarter. But, yeah, that was pretty interesting.
It was almost like a Buddy Ryan technique when he was with the Philadelphia Eagles against the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, we know all about that snowballs up there in Philadelphia.
Well, the end of the first quarter here in Groesbeck, and the Tigers are up big 28-7. And just had an update that Ponchboro was ahead of White Oak 21-7 there. And the winner of this game gets the winner of Pottsboro and White Oak, which looks like it'll be Pottsboro, and that'll be a rematch of last year that the Tigers have to face Pottsboro. And it's a shame you have to face a team like Pottsboro in the second round, but if you survive the second round, then you got to go to the third round and face Grandview.
Well, that's what, I was talking to somebody earlier tonight. I think it was my nephew Cam down there that goes to school at Malakoff. He was saying, Pottsboro and Grandview, I'm sorry, yeah, like you said, you got to get through them just to get to state. Maybe if you get through them, though, you've cleared some pretty big stones.
You're battle-tested. There's a pass over the middle, and I'll tell you what, no time for Emerton to throw that ball at all. Cole Gaddis and Keenan Langley all in his Kool-Aid that time while he's attempting that throw, and he's just running for his life back there.
Langley doing it on defense, doing it on touchdowns. He's already got 1 touchdown for the night, and here he is doing it on defense as well.
I tell you what, Langley is so fast. He is a freakish type athlete too. He's big, he's fast, he's quick. He's got it all. He's got the tools to play defensive end and then turn around and play running back for you too.
That's a good guy to have on your team right there then.
There is the punt by Willingham, and that's a nice spiraling kick, fielded at the 46-yard line. And, boy, I tell you, he scares me to death back there. But Bryson Adair takes the ball and crosses over the midfield stripe to the 48 for a nice little return, actually.
Yeah, when Adair I seen him, he was going to field the ball, and I thought, well, surely he's called a fair catch. But, no, he hadn't. He caught the ball, had a Panther breathing right there on him, and he got past that one, and it took another couple of them to take him down. So, man, that Adair, he's something. He's fun to watch.
Yeah, he is. I throw some Hail Marys and Mother Grace up there in the air hoping he don't get hit or hurt doing that stuff too. But he's kind of –
he looks like the type of kid that'd probably just bounce right off and get up and keep rolling.
He's a thrill seeker.
There you go. There you go.
First down and 10 for the Tigers. 2 backs in the backfield. Pistol formation out of the broken eye. 2 wide receivers left, 1 to the right. rolls back, screen pass set up nicely to Keenan Langley, and Langley down to the 30, crosses the 30, and going to be marked down at the 27-yard line. Goodness gracious.
Now, I didn't write the book, but I'm telling you, that looked like a textbook screenplay to me.
It was a great textbook swing play.
That was a good-looking screenplay right there by the Tiger offense.
19-yard pickup by the Tigers and a first down again for Malakoff. And we're going to say first down a lot, and Tigers going to take a timeout. I believe they're out of sorts there on offense, and Coach Driscoll said, I didn't like what I saw right here. Let's take a timeout and talk about it.
I want to give a shout-out to Dennis Flowers, one of our sponsors. He's listening to us.
Well, hello, Dennis. Glad you're out there. Dennis, selling a home for my dad. And, by the way, Dennis, my dad wants you to bring some signs down and put in the yard.
little extra sponsorship right there,
See,
Dennis.
Advertisement works.
There you go.
Also, hey, we got some people on here from that are listening for the Panthers. So
Hey.
Shout out to the Panther fans.
Well, we welcome all those who have tuned in to the Malakoff Tiger Sports Network. We appreciate it. And we'll try to call a great game for you both ways. We're trying to paint the picture right now because we don't have video tonight per the UIL. Their rules and regulations kind of got us going to charge $1,000 a game for video rights, licensing fees. Man, I tell you, that's steep, my brother. That's very steep, and I don't have them pockets.
Maypearl right up there by Waxahachie. They got a good fan base over there across from us looking at them. They look, they got some good followers. It's always good to see them out watching their kiddos.
Tigers in the spread. And Peace rolls to his right and tosses it right. A nice little play. And look at Jalen Mosley coming from right to left, trying to set up the block, set the edge. And Mosley to 20-15, 10, and he goes out of bounds at the 6. And I tell you what, made something out of nothing, but there's a flag at the 20-yard line. And I bet that's going to be an illegal block.
It's aside from the penalty and aside from the flag, Darian Peace was running to the far side of the field from us, and then he shoveled past the ball over there to his running back, and then he made a block. He made a block himself, and then you reverse field and come over here, and then you got your running back trying to direct traffic, pointing out blocks. Man, this offense is just they're hungry.
They're fun to watch too. They're real fun to watch. And speaking of Darian Peace, how many quarterbacks do you know go to defense and play linebacker? Not many, I tell you right there. But Darian Peace is one of them. Yeah,
linebacker is not for the weak at heart. You think of Lawrence Taylor and all them great linebackers, man. That's a position where you want a leader, and that's what Darian Peace seems to be as a leader.
He is, and I tell you what, he's not afraid to hit somebody playing linebacker, and then you got him at quarterback, and then you're going to try to face a linebacker / quarterback, a hybrid, if you will, on defense, and he just runs right over you.
And he's knowledgeable about offenses, so that's even better, at linebackers to have somebody that can say, hey, they're fixing to do this, they're fixing to do that, So
it looks like this may not go the way. It's going to be a personal foul. It's going to be a personal foul against Maypearl, and then a personal foul against the Tigers. Those penalties will offset, cancel each other out, and we'll replay the down again. How about that?
Maypearl at the end of that one had a helmet rolling around on the field, so I was wondering how that was going to go.
I was looking for the head in it. I tell you what, there was some hitting going on out there, my friend.
Headless horseman, huh? Headless Panther.
But I will tell you this right now, good sportsmanship being played by both teams and helping each other off the ground. They're doing some hitting out there, but they're exemplifying great sportsmanship, and you got to like that. 2 wide receivers to the left. This is going to be a handoff to Keenan Langley, and Langley is wrapped up in the backfield for a loss. And I tell you what, that Maypearl defense, that might have been the best play of the night by Maypearl on defense.
That was number 7, Timmy Gracie, I believe. He's a junior. Coming out of the linebacker position is what our program says. And, he got in the backfield and he made a play. That's a 1-yard loss on the play for the Tigers. How many losses have they had tonight on
That's just the first loss of the night right there.
Yeah.
Second down and 11. Going to be another handoff to Keenan Langley off the left tackle. Langley following his block around the edge to the 25-15, reverses his field back against the grain, and stretches out across the 10 to the 9-yard line. What a run.
21, Jalen Mosley providing some good blocking downfield again. I think he did that earlier in the play, but that time 21, Mosley, again, making some good blocking down the field, open things up for Langley.
18-yard pickup on the play, it looks like, for the Tigers, and it's going to be first and goal at the 9. I tell you what, everybody at home has got used to us saying 1st and goal tonight, I guarantee you.
Still up 28 to 7 right here in the second quarter. So, yeah, it's been some fun offense tonight.
To Keenan Langley still in the Tiger backfield, 2 wide receivers to the left and 1 to the right, man in motion. Fakes the jet sweep, hands off to Langley off left side, and bulldozes over a defender into the end zone. Walk that dog one more time, and that is a Kellen Williams, Dennis Flowers, realtor touchdown for your Malakoff Tigers.
Langley, that's number 2 on the night for him, getting into the end zone. So he's definitely doing his part to make sure the Tigers advance on to next Friday night.
Well, I tell you what, Darren, that defender probably wishes he hadn't seen to Keenan Langley after that run because he plowed right over him.
He is a bruiser.
34-7, Gonzalez on to attempt the extra point out of the hold of Driscoll. The snap is good. The kick is up. Plenty of leg, high enough, and it is good. And with 10 minutes left to play in this half, it's your Malakoff Tigers on top by a score of 35-7, folks. We'll be right back with some more by-district championship action in just a minute.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Texas. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
All right, folks, we're back live here, Groesbeck, Texas. By-district championship action here. Your Malakoff Tigers are up in a big way, 35-7. If you're just tuning in, I'm Joey Snowden, joined in the broadcast booth tonight by Mr. Darren Sims, Jonathan Snowden doing stats, and Aaron Scott, our producer.
Keeping us in the pocket, Mr. Scott. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Just a football score here, just in. Mount Vernon over Gladewater now, 37-28. Kind of a shocker there, but no shocker really. Both those teams can get up and go. Tatum over Winsboro, 14-13 in the third quarter. There's a high short kick, going to be fair caught at the 28-yard line. And that almost turned out brutal right there because number 3 almost misjudged that. That's, Charlie Howdman there, and he almost misjudged that, Darren, that night sky.
That kick right there by the Tigers, man, it had some spin on it. That's some
masse, if you will.
I believe that's a practice thing right there, Mr. Snowden, because you see that thing coming and turning at you like that, it's scary.
And, Haldman thought that it was coming down right where he stood, but it had so much movement it kind of curved to the left on him.
Again, that's a practice thing.
Trips to the right. 1 wide receiver left, 1 back in the backfield. Tigers on defense. Maypearl moving from our left to right. Pass downfield over the middle of the field, incomplete. And that was overthrown, intended for our 6'5" Carson Winter, the tight end.
That trips to the right over here on that formation, man. I really thought he had some good options over here on our side of the field, but he passed them up to go to the middle. We'll see what happens here on second down.
Yeah, and he was looking for a 6'5" tight end right there over the middle, and he just threw it too high for him that time, as did Emerton.
Here we go, though. Like I said, we'll see what 2nd and 5 brings for the Panthers.
Emerton, the quarterback, 2 wide receivers right and 1 to the left, tight end on the right side. It's going to be a handoff, and maybe a gain of 1 on the play, if that. That Tiger defense does its job one more time. That's Darian P. scooting in there for the tackle down low.
Not only does Mr. Peace pass for 2,700 yards a season, just about, he can get in there and make tackles too.
Yeah, as your linebacker.
Yeah.
And then you got D.K. Rose over at Biscuit, the other linebacker, and Zach Studley too. And Studley's probably the fastest of the bunch, but you've got Rose and your quarterback playing. Goodness gracious, I tell you, a lot of athletic ability out there.
An appropriate name right there, Studley.
Yeah. Emerton, the quarterback, 2 wide right, 1 to the left, looks downfield under duress. He's going to tuck it and try to run, and that Tiger defense just upends him after a yard pickup on the play, and boy, he was hit hard, Darren.
And it looked like to me the Tiger defense was kind of confused, kind of wasn't sure their alignment they wanted to be there on the ground. Right when the ball was snapped, number 65 was still kind of looking back, saying, hey, look, we're doing this, we're doing that, and the Panthers still couldn't get past them.
Yeah, and that was Jarvis in there that time with Cole Gaddis on the tackle, and the Tigers now are going to force another 3 and out. And Maypearl just doesn't have a chance right now at all. And maybe they can get back into this ball game. I'm not saying they don't have a chance at all, but right now it looks that way with the Tigers playing so good.
They got a tough hill to climb.
There's a very high punt, short punt, but it takes a Maypearl bounce, and it will be killed at the 39-yard line of Malakoff. And that time, Adair just lets it go.
Yeah, the punter for Maypearl, he may need to try to get a little bit different projection in that kick and try to get them pinned back a little further. You know, the Tigers have had really good field position the last couple kicks, and yeah, you know, we've been talking about special teams.
Yeah,
you know, how it's important. You know,
yeah.
and we got to get, you know, Maypearl needs to get them pinned back if they want to try to give themselves a chance.
Yeah, exactly, because you can't give this Tiger team a short field to start from at all, because they will just eat you alive, and those are just the facts. It doesn't matter who they play. I mean, you can't give you know, if you're in this type of situation environment, you can't give the other team a short field because they're going to take advantage.
Especially as efficient as they are.
Exactly. There's some confusion on the play, and the Tigers are going to have to burn their second timeout, and there might be a little bit of you-know-what chewing going on right now.
Yeah.
Coach Driscoll not too happy having to burn his second timeout. But, hey, 8:23 left in the second, and do you really need it right now, up 35-7? So it might be a good time to get your kids' head screwed on here.
Catch your breath, kind of get settled down and finish out the half.
Yeah, Quentin Fulton looked thoroughly confused on that play, and I thought he was going to go back at running back at first. And I think maybe he thought he was going to go at running back, and Coach kept pointing at the line, and he just didn't know where to go.
Yeah, but I bet you Coach Driscoll's finna get all that straightened out right here.
Well, he will know where to go right after this timeout, I guarantee you on that.
You know, we're talking about the Maypearl fans. The Malakoff fans are in attendance here tonight, on their feet right now. Cheerleaders leading them in some kind of chant down there. You know, with there's open windows back there at Cayuga. You can really get involved with the crowd and hear what's going on. I kind of miss that, you know, just that vibe in the stands and the fans, and, you know, that just gets excited, you know.
Maybe I'd bring my cordless drill next time so we can hear what's being said. You think that'll work?
That was Joey Snowden that said that.
3 in the backfield. It looks like a reversed for Jalen Mosley, and what a block right there by your quarterback to spring Mosley for a first down the right sideline. Goodness gracious.
That was a block with his hands in the air. He didn't want to get called for nothing, but yet at the same time, it's kind of like a screenplay maybe in basketball.
Basketball, yeah. He puts his hands up. There is some flags down on the field there, and I'm not really sure what they saw, but I can guarantee you it wasn't Darian Peace that committed the infraction, because the whole world knew what he was doing.
Yeah, ain't no doubt. He was wanting to avoid all of that.
Yeah, it's personal foul against the Tigers is what they're calling. I believe it's – well, it looked like he's calling it. You know, some of these officials get kind of lazy with their signals sometimes, and I'm getting older and I can't really see, but I believe that was a personal foul.
Yeah, that's what it looked like, Joey, but I sure missed it out on the field when it happened, so –
yeah,
where's the Jumbotron replay when you need it?
I got new glasses 2 weeks ago, and I didn't see it.
Unless there was a shot to the head or something like that, I don't know. 2 wide receivers left, one to the right. Pass downfield to the right side, has a man, overthrows him, and that was Nathan Jones wide open there.
Yeah, number 12, Nathan Jones. He had to step on the defender, just the ball just a little bit out ahead of him. Tigers looking to try to get all that yardage back on one play.
Well, I believe, that was Riggin Smith. I get Jones and Jones and Smith mixed up a lot. And those black unis, it's kind of hard to tell. Them shirts kind of ride up, and these old eyes can't hardly see. But anyway, good idea to stretch the defense right there. See if they come back with a run. 2 wide receivers to the right. 1 back in the backfield, man in motion. They're going to hand it off to Deuce Hart, and Hart is pounded right there, and I mean hit hard.
Panthers defense showing up that time. How much did he gain? Anything on that one?
Oh, he didn't gain, but maybe a yard on that carry, if that.
Yeah,
that was a good play.
Yeah, good stop by the Panther defense here, setting up the Tigers 3rd and long. So man, the Panthers need a stop right here.
And that was big number 70, Quentin Wright, in there for the Panthers, and he's making his presence felt now. Couple of good plays by this Panther defense that we've seen on the last 2 series. But you don't want to keep saying good plays by the defense, because that means they're on the field all night.
Hey, that's true. That's true. But they need to put some things together and be consistent.
Again, there's a penalty on the play. That come from the back judge. That's usually a sign of delay of game, and it's going to be a delay of the game on the Tigers. So just not in sync right now for whatever reason after they started off so sharp.
Coach Driscoll might want to take his last time out here.
Yeah, it's third down in what Don Meredith just say, third down in forever.
That's a mighty long way.
Sure is. It's third down and forever. I tell you what, they backing up and not going forward, and it's third down, and I tell you what, 28 yards to go. Tigers may go deep right here.
Wouldn't surprise me at all. I was just sitting here thinking about how they're such a quick strike and they got some big hitters.
And looking downfield and finds a wide open receiver, Nathan Jones across midfield. 40, it's a foot race. 30, 25, 20, here he goes. 10, 5, and Jones walks the dog into the end zone for the touchdown. Goodness gracious, a 77-yard TD completion and pass that time from Darian Peace to Nathan Jones. And, boy, was that drew up perfectly.
I just sat here and said, third and forever, but watch this Tiger offense. They got that deep threat, that quick threat, and there we go. That's what happens. Oh, my.
Yeah, oh, my. The human highlight reel, Nathan Jones, does it again. And I tell you what, Jones just impresses me with his speed. He's so tall. You don't really expect him to possess that kind of speed, but he just comes away and just breaks away from the pack there.
Deceptive.
Very deceptive. He's still out there. I tell you what, I might need some oxygen after watching him run.
Ain't no breaks.
The Tigers go for two right here, and here comes Deuce Hart to the right side, gets to the pylon, and he is in for the two.
I know he's got 3 touchdowns on the night for sure. Now he's got a 2-point conversion, so he's done his fair share to put some points on the board here tonight for the Tiger offense.
Well, let's see here. Hold on. You know what?
Wait a minute now.
I believe they said Nathan Jones was they did. They said Nathan Jones stepped out of bounds,
Okay.
and that was a touchdown run of 9 yards by Deuce Happy Feet Hart, and now the Tigers attempt the extra point. I don't know how we missed that one. I guess we were excited by the run.
Well,
and there's the kick. It's up and good, and either way, it's 42-7 right now with 6:31 left, folks, in this half, and it's gotten real ugly real fast here in Groesbeck.
You got a rookie up here in the booth with you. You can blame it on me. I thought it was a touchdown, too.
I tell you what, I got excited. I started moving my legs up here, and I caught a Charlie horse in my right leg, and I missed everything that was going on in here, and I probably slapped Aaron in the head, too, when he scored. So
No, I was just sitting here wondering why they hadn't changed the score on the scoreboard, and that explains why.
Well, yeah, that was a good indicator. Had we have paid attention and watched, we probably would have figured that out, too.
I got an excuse. I can't even see the scoreboard where I'm sitting at, so I don't know, Joey.
Well, I didn't pay attention to it. Regardless, 42-7 is our score.
We was taken back by the good play. It might not have scored, but, man, it was 3rd and long, and it was a great play by the Malakoff offense.
It really was. And I tell you what, Darian Peace probably over 200 yards passing right now in this ball game for the Malakoff Tigers just in the first half.
What is that?
And it looks like Juan Gonzalez will tee it off now for the Tigers. So Gonzalez will give his leg a little workout now and give Brandon Nations a breather. Good to know you got 2 or 3 guys that can kick the ball.
Yeah, and I'm curious to see how he kicks it. Nations has been doing a really good job.
And there's that high kick again. It's got that movement on it. And again, the young man from Maypearl had to take a couple steps back just to field that ball. And you got a high sky, too, tonight. It's kind of a high sky and dark sky. So it is kind of hard, and that ball is not white. It's leather.
It's spinning so fast, too. When it comes down to you, I'm sure that, you just want to make sure you catch it, and let's just catch it, and don't worry about catching and running.
Cole Rager was the fair catch with a fair catch for Maypearl. Now it's going to be 1st down and 10 for the Panthers from their own 25-yard line. 6:31 left in this half. 42-7 is our score. The Tigers have covered that 28-point spread that they were favored by and a little bit more right now. In the 3rd and 4th quarter hadn't even began yet. Goodness gracious. 2 wide receivers right, 1 to the left. Ball spot on the near side hash. Looking to pass. Emerton rolls left, throws left, and the pass, I believe, is caught.
That was good patience by the Panther quarterback to stay in that pocket. He was definitely had a little pressure being applied to him, but he stayed with it, stayed calm, got out and found something, and what is that, 4 or 5 yard pickup right there for the Panthers.
4-yard reception on a play by Jet. So Emerson finds Jet, and Jet did a good job running back to the football, too. We don't talk about that enough, but good receivers always find their way back to the football.
Especially when your quarterback's in trouble.
That's exactly right, and that's what you want to do. That's what we call textbook play by the receiver.
Again, we didn't write the book. We just read it real good.
2 wide receivers right, 1 to the left. Emerson, the quarterback, 1 back in the backfield. Is going to be a handoff, and Rossler has a little running room now. And Rossler with a nice pickup for Maypearl. That's close to an 11, 12-yard game for Rossler.
Yeah, number 17, Rossler, doing a great job right there on that run, just a handoff over to the far side of the field and just making some Tigers miss. Panthers need to try to get something going here on offense.
Well, let's hope they can do it for their sake anyway. 1st down and 10 now at their own 42-yard line. Emerson still in at quarterback, and now Maypearl's went to a huddle. They break the huddle, 2 wide receivers left, 2 to the right. 1 back in the backfield on the right side of Emerson is Rossler. Emerson, 1-step drop, fires over the middle. Oh, my goodness. And, that DK Rose, as Marcus says, biscuit. That was a big hit on that big tight end right there, Carson Winter. And he folded him over like an accordion, Darren.
Biscuit made a play right there, man. It was a good hit. But I want to point out the Panthers quarterback, again, had to pick the ball up after a low snap and still made something happen. It's 2 yards, but, hey, he made something out of nothing.
I like that linebacker covering his zone right there. And another handoff to Rossler. Oh, my goodness, is he pelted.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
Goodness gracious. He might have gained half a foot, but he was hit by Zamir Ruiz right there, and I don't mean maybe. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, he earned that 6 inches.
You ain't kidding. He sure did. But getting back to DK Rose, fielding his position at linebacker, he did just what he needed to do. The tight end released over the middle, and as a linebacker, you gotta respect that tight end, and he did more than respect him. He folded him.
Their tight end's a pretty big guy, too, so you got to keep your eye on him because he gets open and he's got them hands. He can reach up and grab a ball.
6'5". 3 wide receivers right, 1 to the left for Maypearl. Emerson, the quarterback, 2-step drop, looks right, surveys the field, finds a receiver over the middle, and that is going to be a completion all the way down to the Tiger 40-yard line, and that is going to be Carson. No, that's going to be Hodman there.
I'm going to tell you, I'm going to say it again. We talked about it earlier tonight about the unsung heroes. That was a great pocket by the Panthers' offensive line right there.
It was.
Gave that quarterback probably 3 or 4 seconds, to survey the field and find an open guy. That offensive line for the Panthers, they've done some good right there on that play.
Yeah, and I tell you, not much pressure by the Tigers on the left side of that line either. Kayvon Davis needs to put a little bit more pressure on that quarterback in the backfield from his left side tight end position.
I bet
and
it's
that
coming.
time he did right there. And that was a loss of probably 2 yards on that run play by Rossler.
As an old boss from Walmart used to say, the offensive line for the Panthers, they just went from the penthouse to the outhouse.
Yep, that's exactly what happened with that 2-yard loss. And Davis right on cue does what he's supposed to do.
Yeah, that's going to bring up 2nd down and what, probably 12 for the Panthers offense?
Yeah, 2nd down and 12. 3:12 remaining. 2 wide receivers right, 2 to the left. 1 back in the backfield, ball in the middle of the field. Another low snap, gets it off, and that ball is going to be incomplete. Hits the turf right there, and intended for Manny Gomez.
I hate to keep picking on the low snaps, but, man, if that snap could just get there, where the quarterback needs it to be, that ball is probably caught. Because he's rushing to try to get it, and that's just a second. But, man, a second on the football field is forever.
And that's a timing play, too.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a timing play and a big issue.
That ball's probably caught right there.
2 wide receivers right, 2 to the left, 1 back in the backfield. Emerson is still at quarterback. 2-step drop, now 3. Rolls out of the pocket, being flushed, throws it out of bounds, and has to throw it away right there because Zamir Ruiz again. And Zamir Ruiz, we've said his name more than a couple times tonight on defense. He's making his presence known tonight.
Man, I had him wrote down on my notes, looking at stats last night, and some of these stats for Malakoff are hard to find, but I had him wrote down on my notes, 65 tackles, 22 for a loss, and 7 sacks last year. Man, he's showing us some good stuff tonight.
He's a monster. He really is. Monster of the Midway of Malakoff, I guess you could say.
Monster of the cough. That's what I've seen a lot of shirts on the cough.
Oh, there's a miscue on the punt, and they're just going to have to sit on it at about the 36-yard line, their own 36-yard line for Pottsboro. Oh, my goodness, and that was Rossler right there. And another bad snap, rolls it past Rossler, and the Tigers roll in on Rossler as quick as quick as you could bat an eye, and Rosser just has to jump down on the ball and kill it before the Tigers got that ball, picked it up, and ran it for a score.
Yeah, that's not what the Panthers needed or wanted to happen right here.
Yeah, and we're seeing a lot of miscues from the center tonight, and you hate to see that for the Panthers, and goodness gracious. Now the Tigers are back on offense, which if you're a Maypearl Panther, you don't want to see that. 2 wide receivers right, 1 to the left. Piece back to pass. 5-step drop, looks right. Surveys the field, rolls out of the pocket, under duress, looks to pick up a block on the edge, and he does. Here he goes. Got a wall of Tigers to the 30, 25, and knocked down at the 21-yard line. And a great play on defense by Maypearl.
And guess who was downfield blocking?
Zamir Ruiz.
Number 54, Zamir Ruiz.
Yeah, and he does it all. And matter of fact, he was calling him, hey, follow me, follow me, follow me. And you want to get behind that big body downfield so you don't get hit. But a good play made there by number 60, Landon Rayford. Excuse me, that's Veston Vernal. And he made a great play, a great open field tackle. The big fella running the piece down from behind, which is kind of hard to do. Trips to the right, 1 wide receiver left. Now empty backfield set as Hart goes in motion. Bubble screen. Jalen Hart has room to run. Bust to the center, and he's going to walk the dog for another Malakoff touchdown. Jalen Hart.
That dog's getting tired, Joey.
Woo-wee. 21-yard touchdown on the bubble screen. And usually on the bubble screen, you want to set the edge and go to the outside of your blocker. But this time, he used his speed and just split the defense right down the middle. They didn't know what happened.
Yeah, that's number 5 for him tonight, I believe, touchdowns.
Well, that's Jalen. His brother is Deuce Hart,
okay,
so
my bad.
It's a heart and heart affair.
Well, there you go. What's that old TV show?
Heart and heart, heart to heart.
There you go, heart to heart.
Judson Driscoll will hold this snap for the point after, and that kick was –
looked like it was blocked. Maybe.
I think it was blocked at the line, and the Tigers won't get that PAT, and so it'll leave the score 48-7 with 2:10 left to play in the half, and that just didn't look good right there. The snap was good and the hole was good, but the kick just looked – I don't know if he just missed it or someone blocked. I couldn't tell.
Sometimes, on a PAT, the defense is set up just right, and that's a timing thing, man. Sometimes you just get your hands up just at the right time, at the right place. It don't happen a lot, but when it does, it'll block that extra point attempt for sure.
Yeah, and I've seen on video they use Carson Winter, the 6'5" senior, usually to put him in the middle on those extra points, and he's blocked a couple this year already. So
at 6'5", that's a smart thing to do. It's putting your people in the right place.
Yeah, to make you successful, that's for sure. That's a good special teams play by Maypearl.
Very, like I said, we've been talking about it all night. Special teams is important, so sometimes it's what carries you through.
But I don't really think it's going to help them too much, Darren. I got to say it. I'm not trying to be funny, folks, but they've run into the Panthers have run into a buzzsaw tonight, and they probably hadn't seen a buzzsaw like this since Grandview.
Yeah, the Tigers, they're well polished in all 3 phases.
Well, I can tell you right now, this Tiger team, and I'm not just saying it because I'm a homer, but this is a legitimate state contender right here.
Yeah, they look really, really tight and clean. Other than that, earlier tonight,
oh, my, what a return. And I believe there's a fumble on the return, and I'm not sure if Malakoff may have picked it up or not, but there was a scrum for it. And I believe that Maypearl says they retained it, or the official says Maypearl retained it. And that's what happened. Forward progress was stopped, I bet.
Yeah, it don't look like the officials being dramatic about a turnover or anything, so I'd say it's going to stay with the Panthers.
Yeah, and I don't think they're going to get too dramatic right now at all with a 48-7 score.
You never know about them guys in the stripes.
They might decide to come out in halftime and throw 100 flags, but we'll see. Hopefully that won't be the case, and we can scoot on down the road and wait till next week.
Find us a Whataburger somewhere after.
So that sounds good to me. Or you were talking about chips and salsa a while ago. I'm down for it.
I'm ready.
There's a little bubble screen right there, and Jet turns on the Jets, and he picks up about 6 yards on that play. That's a good play, positive play for Maypearl.
Definitely another good little bubble play there by the Panthers. Try to get something going. What we got left here, about minute 54 left to go in the half. Maybe the Panthers can get something going and go into the locker room with a little momentum maybe on their side.
Well, yeah, you'd hope so if you're a Panther faithful. The Tigers will get the ball to start the second half. So, I don't know. It may be a little bleak, my friend, but we'll see.
Panther fans are hoping here.
That's exactly right. There's a quarterback keeper by Emerson. Oh, and he's hit from the backside. He was high load right there. Goodness gracious.
65.
Jarvis, yeah. I believe that was Jarvis and Biscuit there. Number 33, DK Rose.
Yeah, they put a lick on him right there. What's that going to set the Panthers up for, 3rd and 1?
Yeah, about 3rd and 1. And like I said, it wasn't a bad run there. They got some more positive yards. So, Maypearl doing a little bit of something here now, latter part of this first half.
See what this Malakoff defense is going to bring.
I don't believe it's going to be a free play on the offsides. There's a deep pass down the left sideline, and it's picked off by Riggin Smith. And Riggin Smith has a little bit of green, and he is going to be taking this ball across the 50 to the 40, 35. Riggin Smith still into the 30, 25, and down to the 24-yard line he goes. But I believe there was a flag on the play. Let me check the field and see here.
Yeah, number 80 finally got him out of bounds. We don't have a name for a number 80 here, but he finally got him out of bounds, but I think it's not going to matter.
Yeah, I believe that was going to be a free play no matter what for Maypearl here. And we'll see what the officials say. Now, I'm not too sure. I know that I saw the Malakoff defensive front jump off into the neutral zone, and then the ball was snapped. Usually that's a free play for – but there's a couple of flags down, one at the 40-yard line. And this interception may stand. Let's see.
Get a call.
So a block in the back on the return. That's a spot foul, Darren. So the Tigers do get the interception, and Riggin Smith intercepts the ball for the Malakoff Tigers. And I tell you what, I thought that we were offsides on that call right there. But I guess they didn't throw it. But from my vantage point, I thought the Tigers had jumped.
Dust is settled, and Tigers get the ball right about midfield. So Smith on the interception, ball thrown just a little to the inside of the field. It had been a little bit outside the field. Might not have happened, but Tigers right there on top of it, and here we go on offense.
Ball spot at the near side hash, 3 receivers right. Going to be another bubble screen. This is Jalen Mosley, reverses his field back against the grain, now takes off to the right sideline. 10-5, touchdown Tigers.
That boy got some wheels.
Boy, I tell you what, he turned it on. I got all stuttered up there trying to call what he was doing because he went left, went right, then come back left and went right again and then broke down the right sideline for the score.
Well, then when he got over there on the far side, when he finally started going straight, you probably thought he was finna get tackled, and guess what? He hit 4th gear and he was gone.
I tell you what, my brain couldn't keep up with that boy's feet on that run.
He hit another gear and he was gone.
Goodness gracious. The Tigers score again before the half. Now it's 54-7. Gonzalez will come on to attempt the point after. There's a snap, low snap, and this time a good hold by Driscoll. He's able to get that snap up from the ground, put it down, and Gonzalez tees it through the upright. So good job by Driscoll.
Gonzalez this time wanting to make sure he got on the board again. Not liking missing that other one, I'm sure. So
yeah, only missed 2 prior the whole year. So that third one,
yeah, he didn't like that.
Just a sophomore. Just a sophomore.
Wow.
Well, folks, 48 seconds left to play in the half. We'll be right back.
I loved playing high school sports. I loved the competition, the camaraderie, the bands, the crowds, all the pageantry, and I wanted to keep playing. But I graduated. No colleges called, and neither did the pros. So, to stay close to the game I loved, I decided to become a high school official. A referee. When I played high school sports, I learned the importance of integrity, good sportsmanship, and respect for the rules. Now, as a high school official, I get to help model these same values to others. Maybe the colleges and the pros didn't call, but the kids in Texas did. And now, I'm enjoying the competition, the camaraderie, the bands, the crowds, and all the pageantry of high school sports all over again.
Interested in becoming a licensed high school official? Go to highschoolofficials.com to learn more and begin the application process.
All right, we're back live here. There was the kickoff by Gonzalez. And Jet on the return gets out to the 20-yard line and pushed out of bounds. It might have been a little bit too late as a late flag was thrown after the contact was made, pushing Jet out of bounds by one of the Tiger defenders there. We'll see what happens here. Tell you what, that official, he carrying that flag with him, boy.
Yeah, he looked like he might want to throw it again. Oh, he's putting it up now.
And I believe this is going to be against the Tigers. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a late hit. Probably a personal foul late hit against the Tigers is the call. And that is the case. Yeah, personal foul late hit against the Tigers will be a 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. So Maypearl gets it at their own 36-yard line now.
All right, yeah, Maypearl looking again. Got the ball again after another score by the Tigers. So let's see what Maypearl's going to do here right late in the first half.
I tell you what, if I was a guessing man right now, I'd probably guess that the Tigers probably had close to 300-400 total yards in the first half.
Yeah, I know offense. It was 279 passing yards on 8 completions. Still looking for some rushing yards, but yeah, it's going to be knocking on 400, I bet you.
There's Rosser with a carry for the Panthers, and number 9, Jaden Trevino in the game now for the Tigers makes the tackle. And another penalty flies out, and I'm not sure who's that on. The line judge on the Tigers' sideline makes the penalty, and he's going to call it against the Tigers. He's doing a lot of pointing there. And he may call it on Coach Driscoll. It may be a sideline.
May not be in his box, huh?
Yeah, well, I don't know about the box, but Coach Driscoll is vividly upset right now, my friend, and he's having some words with that gentleman. So I'm not sure everybody's – well – okay, they're saying personal foul going against both teams again. That's going to offset, and we'll replay the down. With
Tigers coaches, I don't think agreeing with that.
Yeah, I mean, and if that's the case, I mean, why even throw it and why even call it? It's an offsetting penalty, unless you're going to, give them one warning and tell them next time you're out of the game. I don't know with 30 seconds left in the half. Second down and 5. There's a pass downfield, and that's way over the head of the intended receiver, Jet.
Yeah, the quarterback that time just trying to make something happen, being behind like they are, I'm sure you feel that feeling of desperation and, you just wanting to try to get something going, and sometimes you just try a little too hard.
Yeah, and he's really not setting his feet up properly either, and I think that is probably a cause from the Malakoff defensive line getting back there all night long on him. 3-man front now for the Tigers, and he's going to hand the ball off to Rosser, try and get around the left side. Oh, my gosh. He runs into the black wall, but Darren, goodness gracious.
Right at the line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up 4th down for the Panthers.
You thought that he had a running lane to the outside, and all of a sudden you see 10 black helmets converge on him and hit him, and it's like a pinball machine after that.
I like the way you describe it, the black wall.
I'll tell you what, that'll be the end of the first half here in Groesbeck, Texas. And your Malakoff Tigers are up in a big, big, big way here on Friday Night Football, Friday Night Lights. High school playoffs don't get no better than this. 55-7, the Tigers are up. And, folks, don't miss anything or don't go away because we'll be right back and give you second half action. The Malakoff Tiger Sports Network would like to thank Fisherman's Wharf for being one of our sponsors this year. Folks, go out to Fisherman's Wharf for all your fishing and camping needs, and you can even stay the night or the weekend. Just give them a call. You'll find the advertisement right on our page. A home is not a home because the room dimensions are the color of the walls. It's about how you feel when you walk through the front door. It's the vision you have along with the warm feelings in your heart when you realize that this is where God wants you to be. Your experience is more than real estate with me. It's about your life and dreams. At Keller Williams, independent agent Dennis Flowers takes the approach of your home buying choice and dreams to heart. Dennis is a small town guy with a servant's heart. With Dennis Flowers as your next realtor, Dennis will listen to your wants, needs, and dreams and find solutions tailored to you by using all the latest technologies, market research, and business strategies to exceed your expectations. If you're looking for an honest, hardworking realtor, then choose Malakoff's own Dennis Flowers, an independent agent of Keller Williams. Dennis proudly supports the Malakoff Tigers and Lady Tigers and wants to wish them good luck this sports year. You can call Dennis at 972-938-2222 or 214-980-3906. That's 972-938-2222 or 214-980-3906. Or email Dennis at teamflowers@kw.com. Dennis can also be found on Facebook and Twitter.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Texas. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
that smoke. All right, folks, welcome back to our broadcast tonight between the Malakoff Tigers and the Maypearl Panthers. And here comes the Malakoff Tigers back on the field of play. And they were let out by the little ones. And I tell you what, Darren, they had some smoke coming out of that MHS flag down there just now.
Yeah, it went all the way from one end zone to the other.
Oh, that's good to see little future Tigers
Ain't
right
no
there
doubt.
bringing the smoke.
At Cayuga, we got bleacher creatures come out from the tunnel, and I always talk about them coming out and running and say, look at there, that might be your future president right there. You never know.
Hey, you never know, but you got a lot of kids out there tonight, and a lot of them are toting that Malakoff tunnel around, and it's good to see the kids getting involved in things like this and having something to do positive on a Friday night anyway.
That's what builds a program, too.
Yes, it is. And speaking of programs, we got one good one right here, right now in Malakoff, and Coach Driscoll and staff do a great job here at Malakoff. The superintendent, I should say, and all the administration and just the MISD is just wonderful organization. Do a great job with our kids over here in Malakoff, and we certainly appreciate them and appreciate the ability to be broadcasting this game tonight for them too. Because if they didn't want us here, we wouldn't be here.
Yeah, definitely a good support system over in Malakoff. I've got some family that live over there in Star Harbor, and they love being over there, and they love their kids going to Malakoff. So I hear all kinds of good things about the community.
So we're really kind of family then.
We are,
yeah,
you know.
I mean, you kind of like blood brothers. We may need to cut the hand and rub them together or something. Maybe I don't know.
There you go, something like that.
Scarlet blood, or
we both got black and gold running through our veins.
Hey,
so.
that is true. And there's the second half kickoff by Willingham. Fair caught at the 29-yard line by the Tigers. And that's Regan Smith with the fair catch at 29. That's where the Tigers will open up the second half, starting out with a 55-7 lead. And my lands, I tell you what, it has really been a fruitful night for the Malakoff offense. And you may have some stats over there. Speaking of fruitful.
Yeah, well, Regan Smith took that opening second half kickoff. He had an interception in the first half. So Regan Smith is definitely making his contributions here tonight. Total yards for the Tigers in the first half, 436 total yards, on pace to sneak up on 1,000. We talked about that during halftime. It'll be interesting to see.
There's the first snap of the second half, which is a handoff to Deuce Hart, and he picks up right where he left off at, down the left sideline, 50-40, cuts back against the grain and goes out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. And what a run right there by Deuce Hart, and the offensive line did a great job opening that hole up.
Deuce Hart was the leading rusher in the first half. He had 4 TDs along with 63 yards and just adding to it.
Well, there's 34 to add to that 64 or 63. I forgot now. Short-term memory loss, Aaron. Too many hits to the head.
3 away from 100 by my Cayuga man.
One wide receiver left, 3 to the right. Looks like a jet sweep coming, and it is. Jalen Mosley around to the right side. Mosley is going to be stood up and hit at the original line of scrimmage and no gain, and Maypearl did a good job stringing that one out, Darren.
Maypearl defense right there. Good play, good way to start off this series right here on for their defense.
Judson Driscoll checks in the game for Jalen Mosley. Comes off the field with a little limp, and maybe that's a cramp. All he's been running tonight.
Yeah, he may be due for a water break.
Second down and 10, one back in the backfield, 2 wide receivers left, 1 to the right. Peace, the quarterback, handoff to Deuce Hart. Deuce Hart is going to be nailed in the backfield, and this time that defense gets some penetration up front for Maypearl, and that's a 2-yard loss for the Tigers there on that play.
Yeah, again, Maypearl stepping up here. Tigers are still in good field position down here. It's going to be third and long, but let's see what the Panther defense is going to do.
2 wide receivers left, 2 to the right. Peace back to pass, bubble screen to Driscoll. Driscoll eludes several Maypearl Panthers. Now it's trying to reverse against the grain, and he's going to be hit for a big loss of about 5 yards at the 41-yard line and bring up 4th down for the Tigers.
Once again, Peace throwing the ball out, but then when the field was reversed, trying to lead the way and trying to throw blocks. Man, this kid is impressive.
There was a quarterback from Florida who used to do the same thing. What was his name, Darren?
I think it might have been Tebow.
That's exactly right, Tim Tebow. Well, he is the Tim Tebow of Malakoff. I can guarantee you that. 2 wide receivers left, 1 to the right. Back to pass, 3-step drop, looks left, has a man down the left sideline. Jalen Hart caught, touchdown. And, oh, my, 4th down and 15, what do? You throw a long, deep Hail Mary pass, if you will, for a 45-yard touchdown to Jalen Hart down the left side. My lands.
2 TDs for Mr. Jalen Hart tonight so far.
61-7 is our score. And I just want to make our audience aware that the school record for points for Malakoff in the playoff game is 63 points, and that was versus Pottsboro in 2018, the bi-district championship. It looks like the Tigers are well on their way of doing it again here. There's the kick by Gonzalez, and is up and good. 62-7, the Tigers are 1 point away from that new record that they will hold. And I tell you what, the last couple of years we've been a part of a lot of records that the Tigers have broken over the years. And this team right here is a special team, Darren.
Me and my brother-in-law are constantly putting little friendly $5 bets on the line when it comes to sporting events. If he's here right now, I'd bet him $5 that they're going to beat that record.
Well, I'd take that bet too. I tell you what, I might take a little higher bet on that as well.
Well, like I said, we try to keep it friendly.
Yeah, well, yeah, you get over $5 these days, and it turns kind of bloody.
Yeah, ain't no doubt. Never know when you're going to get shut down.
Yeah, underground activity, I guess you could say. Gonzalez will tee it off from his own 40-yard line now for the Tigers. And back deep is Jet and Gomez and Vaughn.
Yeah, that Jet, again, he's one of their key players for the Panthers, number 2. He's what they depend on a lot of times to carry their load, so we'll see what he can do for them right here on this kickoff.
Yeah, he's been a little bit out of fuel today, I tell you. This Tiger defense has put a hole in his gas tank. There's a long, deep drive kick, and it's fair caught at about the 18-yard line, and I tell you what, that was a directional kick right there, and it just had some – masse on it, if you will. It was crazy. It looks like it was knuckleballing and spinning and doing all kinds of crazy stuff on that kick.
Yeah, number 12, Clay Payne, was the one that caught that kickoff, and he had to – I think he thought he was going to have it, and then he had to lean forward and get on a knee just to get out there to get it because of all that business that had going on there, if you will, and it kind of fooled him too.
Oh, I will. I saw it. I can attest to it. 2 wide receivers right, make that trips to the right. 1 man in motion. Going to be a little that's a nice play right there. A little counter handoff, and I tell you what, somebody got waylaid back there. But that's a nice little play there for Maypearl. You kind of ask yourself where that play's been all night long.
Yeah, that was number 10 that got waylaid. That was Emerton. That was their quarterback. Yeah, he got stuck pretty good, but the play turned out for him, moved the chains for him. After the play, though, again, good sportsmanship. Malakoff picking him up off the turf.
Yeah, a fake jet sweep to the left. Then you had your inside slot receiver on like a little counter pitch play, and it worked out really nicely that time for the first down. Now it's going to be 1st down and 10, ball spotted on the 38-yard line for the Panthers. 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right, ball spotted on the far side hash. There's the handoff, and Rossler nowhere to go. His penetration, I mean, the Tigers were all in the backfield of Maypearl. They couldn't do anything.
Runs into the black wall.
I tell you what, that black wall, black hole, 3-yard loss on that one, it'll suck you up quick, I tell you.
Look around, we might see some Raiders fans.
Just win, baby.
Just win, baby. I like it, Al.
2nd down and 13 yards to go for Maypearl. 8:26 left to play in this 3rd period. And I tell you what, the first half seemed like an eternity to us. That first quarter really seemed long, I tell you.
Yeah, let's just see what the Panthers can do here in the second half.
There's a pass over the middle. It's going to be intercepted by the Tigers, and that is Carter Fuller with the interception. And Fuller runs over defender that turns offensive. The quarterback turned defender at the 35-yard line, and that was a nice return by Carter Fuller for the Malakoff Tigers. He just jumped the route, Darren. He read the play, jumped the route, read the quarterback's eyes, grabbed the ball, and took off down the left side.
You know, and sometimes jumping the route will get you in trouble, but Fuller had a backup plan behind him. I think he knew that, so that's why he jumped that route, because he knew if he didn't get the ball, he still had his buddy back there behind him to help him make the play.
And that was a great defensive play there for the Tigers, the 2nd interception of the night for that Malakoff Tiger defense. Hey, score right here. I tell you what, Mount Vernon 51, Gladewater 36 in a shootout there. And Mount Vernon, tell you what, Gladewater thought they might win that game, but Mount Vernon had a little something to say about that. Coach, well, I can't remember his name now, from Baylor. Well, there's one of them moments right there.
It ain't Rule.
Coach Bryles.
Bryles, yeah. It's Coach Bryles.
Yeah, Coach Bryles, Art Bryles. I tell you what, well, the Tigers will have the ball. It'll be second down and 4 yards to go. Jonathan's trying to tell me something, and I can't understand a word he's saying. He's
Here we go, Tigers.
And that's Jaden Trevino in the Tiger backfield, and Trevino fighting for yardage along the right side, picks up a gain of about 6 on the play for the Tiger first down. Nathan Jones down at quarterback for the Tigers as well. And the Tigers now are playing all their reserves, it looks like, Darren.
And the reserves are kind of picking up where the starters left off at. You know, that Trevino on that run right there picked up, almost first down. You know, we're looking at 3rd and 1.
Yeah, 3rd down and 1. Looks like they spotted him just shy. I thought he might have had the first down, but
I did too.
Trevino will stay in the backfield on the right side of Jones. 2 wide receivers left, one to the right. Going to be another handoff to Trevino, and Trevino is met behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 1. And Tigers trying to claw their way to a first down, and this time Maypearl bows their neck back a little bit here and tries to stop this Tiger offense.
What do we got? 4th down and a long 2. And
yeah, maybe 2.5, 3.
Tigers look like they're going to stay on the field on offense.
Well, I tell you what, Nathan Jones is a gamer. He might try to do the RPO right here and gain this yardage himself. Let's see what happens here. 4th down and 3. Tigers have the ball. RPO, Nathan Jones, and he does it for the Tigers down to the 20-yard line. And right on cue, Nathan Jones proves me right. 6-yard gain in the first.
You trying to take Tony Romo's job?
I've been accused of that, but no, hey, I can kind of see things. I'm kind of like Miss Clara, I think.
Well, I said, Miss Boyant.
Yeah,
I said it earlier today when we were talking. You know, you just kind of got that football mind, man, and I'm lucky to be here to be sitting beside you and listening to you.
Well, I appreciate it. I really do. I enjoy this game. I love it. And there's a pass downfield caught and completed. And couldn't get a number, but that's good for about a 5-yard gain on the play. Nathan Jones, a little quick pass to the sideline. And I tell you what, that number's kind of eluded me there. I believe that's going to be number 13.
I'm not sure who it was, man, but I'm telling you, when they caught the ball, they were patient. They took actually like a half a step back just to let his blockers get out in front of him, and then he come around and got behind them. So a good smart move there.
Carter Fuller's who it was. Now Maypearl brings the house on the handoff, and nothing doing there. Loss of 4, and that was just an all-out blitz coming from Maypearl on the defensive side of things. And I tell you what, poor Jaden Trevino, he couldn't get the clutch going there.
Number 7, I believe that's Timmy Gracie for Maypearl's leading the way on that blitz. So that's a good play by the Maypearl defense.
Yeah, most of the Tiger JV on that offensive line right now playing for the Tigers. And you got Nathan Jones, and they're bringing that blitz again. Jones back to pass this time. Looks left, throws in the end zone. Oh, incomplete. And Carter Fuller had to turn around and play defensive back on that when that ball was thrown to the outside. And a good place you want to put the ball at if you're a quarterback on that outside shoulder. But it turned Carter Fuller around, or he turned around and wasn't expecting it on the outside, looking at the inside.
Yeah, Carter Fuller, really a heads-up play by him to make that block on our side of the field. So pretty impressive.
4th down and 9. Let's see what Coach Driscoll has in his bag of tricks here for the Malakoff Tigers. Going to be 2 wide receivers right, 2 to the left, 1 back in the backfield. River Perkins, the receiver on the home side, right on the yard mark. And that play is going to be blown dead, I believe. That might be a delayed game.
4th and long. Let's see what the man with the white hat says.
Yeah, I believe he called delay again on the Tigers. I saw that 25-second clock going down, and that's just right there. You got your backup quarterback in. He's just not used to the sync of the game right now.
communication, something like that. You just gotta get used to, gotta settle in. But it's a good opportunity for your young quarterback right here in a playoff game. This is only going to make your team better in the future.
Yeah, exactly. And he's got a lot of young Tigers out there with him right now. Nathan Jones, the senior backup quarterback, I should say, and he's done it all tonight here too for the Tigers. Jones back to pass, rolls to his left, looks downfield, has a receiver in the corner, looks for Driscoll in double coverage, and I thought that River Perkins, he flashed over on the post right there, and Perkins was open, and I think Nathan just missed him on that one.
Good try by the Tiger offense there. Panthers going to hold them and maybe try to get something going here in the second half. They got a pretty steep hill to climb, but let's see what they can do here.
Yeah, and I on that play right there, it might have been some miscommunication also by the receivers getting some PT in, the young receivers. But I thought one of those receivers, he ran a post route, and he did flash open, but maybe he should have ran a button right there. I'm not sure. First down and 10 for Maypearl. 3 wide receivers right, 1 to the left. Back to pass is Emerton. Emerton's pass is caught and completed out to number 3, Halbman. And Halbman with a nice reception for the first down of 11 yards for Maypearl. Maypearl now trying to get something started.
Yeah, good pickup on the play that time by the Panthers offense, 11-yard pass play. Trying to get something going here, but that Tiger defense, it wouldn't surprise me if we don't shut them down.
Pretty sturdy and dirty, my friend.
Sturdy and dirty, I like it.
So first down and 10 for Maypearl. 3 wide to the left, 1 to the right, handoff. And that ain't going anywhere.
There was the sturdy and dirty right there.
Yeah, Tigers had that black wall right there, and that black wall fell into the Maypearl side of things on that one, and the 2-yard loss for Maypearl. That was Rossler on the carry, and he may need a lot of ice after this game.
Yeah, he's been banged up and hit pretty hard. He's hanging in there, though.
3 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right for Maypearl. Emerton, the quarterback, Rossler in the backfield on the left side of his quarterback. Looks like they changed the play now. Rossler goes to the right side of his quarterback, Emerton. Maybe a little swing pass here. Oh, my goodness gracious. What a hit, and that's a lookout block. Cole Gaddis absolutely destroys the quarterback, Emerton, from Maypearl, and goodness gracious. Woo!
That was a hit, my friend. He came from nowhere.
I tell you what, now that was a little dirty right there. Woo!
Yeah, how big of a loss on the play is that going to be? Like a 10-yard maybe?
Yeah, close to it. I believe they're going to say 7 yards on the loss.
That's a heck of a defensive play right there.
2 wide receivers right, 2 to the left. And Emerton running for his life at quarterback. Going to just throw it out, a little swing pass to the running back, Rossler, and Rossler's going to lose a yard on that.
Yeah, Tiger defense woke up here in the last couple plays.
Yeah, and it's going to be 4th down, and Maypearl's going to have to punt this thing away back to the Tigers. And I'll tell you what, this Tiger defense is something special right now. They are playing on all 4 cylinders.
Right now, the leading tackler for the Tigers, D.K. Rose, 3.5 tackles on his own tonight. So,
yeah, you got Cole Gaddis with 3 too. He's been right there with D.K. and then Zamir Ruiz close, and Adair catches the ball and gives a fair catch signal. He's almost hit after giving that signal, but he catches the ball at the 49-yard line of the Tigers, just shy of midfield. And I'll tell you what, he almost took a pop there.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what if he wasn't going to, because I don't think the Panthers knew what was happening themselves when he caught the ball and kind of took a few more steps. I was afraid that something nasty was fixing to happen.
Well, and kudos to the Maypearl players also for holding up on that, because they were wise enough to actually catch that fair catch signal, or else that would have been trouble for the Tigers. Well, trouble for Adair.
Yeah, definitely trouble for Adair for sure. Of course, that'd been trouble for the Tigers, because they want him out there on the field. He is that daredevil.
Looks like Judson Driscoll's going to get the nod at quarterback now for the Tigers, and boy, is he exciting to watch. So Driscoll's going to hand the ball off, and here is, my goodness, that's Cannon Poteet, and Poteet has a first down and about an 18-yard pickup on the play. Goodness gracious! It looked like the road runner out there.
Getting to see a lot of faces out here on this Tiger offense, showing some depth here.
Number 34 also in the ball game for the Tigers. That's Damian Jackson, and that name may sound familiar to a lot of you because his daddy played on the only state championship for Trinidad Trojans back in 1998 in the Texas High School Hall of Fame. There's a handoff. Oh, Judson Driscoll, the RPO, he fakes me out and fakes everybody out, and he gets over to the 25 down to the 23-yard line for a 7-yard pickup, but a penalty marker on the play.
Yeah, he had one Panther so faked out he had the Panther finna tackle the running back over there, and I was watching him finna tackle him, and then next thing I know, I see Driscoll over here on our side of the field with the football.
Yeah, that's Jamie Driscoll's son right there, and I tell you what, he is elusive as a little cat.
That's a good factor to have right there. Elusive as a cat. That looks like that penalty's going to go against the Tigers.
Yeah, it's going to back them up. It was a spot foul, 10-yard penalty. It's going to be first down now, and we'll call it 17 to go. Driscoll, the quarterback, looks like pressure is being brought. Hand off to Jackson. Jackson trying to get around the right side and just couldn't escape the pressure of the Maypearl defensive line there.
Yeah, Jackson looks like he might have picked up maybe 5 or 6 of those those penalty yards back up. So it'll set up Malakoff here, second down. Still a little bit long, but they're on their side of the field.
Yes, sir. Ball spotted at the 37-yard line of Maypearl. 43 seconds and rolling here in the third quarter. Driscoll, the quarterback. Driscoll surveys the field. 2 wide receivers left, 1 to the right. There's a snap. Another handoff to Jackson, and Jackson dragging defenders and hit hard about the 36-yard line.
That Jackson looks like he's a pretty big bruising running back himself.
Well, he's played on the JV all year, and he just got called up this week, and he's been the stalwart at running back for that JV team, if you will, this season. And he scored a lot of touchdowns for this Tiger team. And I believe the Tigers also won the district championship on the JV team as well.
I can see where he was a key player for the JV team at Malakoff.
Got a good bloodline.
There you go. There you go.
That'll be the end of the third quarter here in Groesbeck, Texas, with your Malakoff Tigers on top by a score of 62-7. Darren and I and the crew will be right back after these messages. A home is not a home because the room dimensions are the color of the walls. It's about how you feel when you walk through the front door. It's the vision you have along with the warm feelings in your heart when you realize that this is where God wants you to be. Your experience is more than real estate with me. It's about your life and dreams. At Keller Williams, independent agent Dennis Flowers takes the approach of your home buying choice and dreams to heart. Dennis is a small town guy with a servant's heart. With Dennis Flowers as your next realtor, Dennis will listen to your wants, needs, and dreams and find solutions tailored to you by using all the latest technologies, market research, and business strategies to exceed your expectations. If you're looking for an honest, hard-working realtor, then choose Malakoff's own, Dennis Flowers, an independent agent of Keller Williams. Dennis proudly supports the Malakoff Tigers and Lady Tigers and wants to wish them good luck this sports year. You can call Dennis at 972-938-2222 or 214-980-3906. All right, back on the field of play are the Malakoff Tigers. Jet sweep to Hayden Thomas goes nowhere on third down and loss of quite a few on that one.
Who was that came in and made that tackle? I missed the
number.
That
was number 7.
Yeah, number 7 came in out of nowhere. Timmy Gracie. I've called his name a couple times on defense now for the Panthers.
Yeah, Timmy Gracie.
Going to bring up 4th and long. What happened on that last 4th and long, though?
Yeah, that was a dang near touchdown.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think we're going to see it this time, though. Brandon Nation is going to come in to punt the ball for the Tigers. I believe that's the first time tonight.
I don't think I've seen a punt by the Tigers yet. So,
Yeah.
As bad as I hate to see a punt, I'm still kind of interested to see how a punt goes.
Yep, you're about to see it.
From the
50-yard line. With a spiraling high punt. Fair catch made. And the Tigers get that football, and I believe it's going to be their football because it might have been muffed by the
I think it touched his foot,
Panthers.
maybe. It looked like the ball might have touched number 9 is the one that
I can't really see now, but I think what's going to happen is the Maypearl's going to retain possession here.
Yeah.
I didn't see no one gave the indication of turnover or anything like that. So
no luxury of instant replay. No challenge flags.
No challenge flags. No headsets being thrown.
Old-fashioned. What you see is what you get.
I think everybody's settled for what you see is what you get right now.
Yeah.
11:07 left to play in the fourth. Maypearl has the ball. That's going to be a jet sweep around the right side to Mr. Jet.
Yep, that's right. Jet on the jet.
And he ran a fuel right there as the Tiger defense just kind of like a bunch of crows up in there on that jet airplane, just knocked them out of the sky.
Yeah, they definitely flocked to Mr. Jet and took him out.
2nd down and 15, up and coming now for the Panthers. And tell you what, it's been slim pickings for the Panthers all night long on offense, and defense really hasn't fared much better either.
Yeah, what are we setting up for here? 2nd and long for the Panthers. Where's the ball at? Probably on the 21.
Ball, 17-yard line.
17, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
check that.
No, that's okay. 3 wide receivers left, 1 to the right, 1 back in the backfield is Rossler. And that is going to be a false start on the right tackle for Maypearl.
Looks like maybe number 55.
Yeah, that's the number. But they could call an encroachment here. I don't know.
Could.
I'm not on the field to tell, so let's see if they are.
Yeah, that's going to go against the
Yep.
Tigers.
It is. It caused the I believe that's going to be I want to say that's Carter Fuller at left defensive end maybe. No, it's not. It's going to be well, I can't tell who it is. I can't see, Darren.
Well, let's set up the Panthers for 2nd and 5, and that didn't go the way they wanted it to either.
Yeah, that's incomplete. So I'm sorry, folks. I can't see these numbers from our vantage point. I still can't say it's bothering me to no avail now. It looks like number 16, Blake Miller, is who I was trying to say, but I don't think that's Blake Miller.
The number
Keenan Langley.
The number you can see is 62-7 right now.
Yeah, that's the
Tigers.
number. 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right for Maypearl. Ball spotted on the far side hash. Emerton, the quarterback. Rossler in the backfield. It's going to be a handoff to Rossler, and again, nothing doing is there's a big pile of bodies about the 24-yard line.
Yeah, the Tiger defense, they just greedy. They just don't give up much. That's going to bring up a 4th down. Looks like the Panthers are bringing out the kicking unit. That kicker right there, I don't know if he's got 2 different color shoes on or
He does. He does.
got a special kicking shoe there. Jimmy Gill back at KU when I was in school, he kicked with that flat-footed shoe, a flat-toed shoe.
Yeah, it looks like Judson Driscoll now is going to come in from Bryson Adair to get a chance to return this punt, and he's got to get turned around. And there is a high end-over-end punt, fair caught at the 40-yard line, so Driscoll does his job. And the Tigers are 60 yards away here with 1st down and 10 up and coming, 9:24 left in the 4th.
Driscoll going to come back and be quarterback again this time?
Well, I don't see why he wouldn't. I'm pretty sure he will. But let's see here. You never know. They might bring the freshman quarterback in. I ain't no telling right now, Darren.
As we said earlier, the playbook's wide open.
Like they could go to a Wildcat formation and put Cole Gaddis back at quarterback.
See a little Bumblerooski or something.
Yeah, it looks like Driscoll's going back at quarterback, and Jaden Trevino be in the backfield with him. 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. See what Driscoll can lead here for the Tigers. Going to be a handoff to Jaden Trevino, and Trevino speeds down the right side for a Tiger 1st down at the midfield stripe.
Number 9 showing some speed, going right by some Panthers. Panthers were kind of all around him from both sides, but he just kind of parted the seas and went right on through them.
And Trevino's a young man who will get a lot of carries next year, but you can look forward to hearing his name called a lot next year. But when he gets his chance right now, he makes the most of it, folks.
Good to see some different players out there getting some playing time.
Going to be a bubble screen this time to Carter Fuller, and Fuller down the right side, racing down the right side, down to the 15-yard line he goes. And that's a nice 1st down pickup on the play.
That's number 9, Aiden Matthews, making the stop for the Panthers.
Looks like a 32-yard pickup on that play for the Malakoff Tigers. Judson Driscoll with a rocket fired to Carter, and then Carter does the rest. And goodness gracious, the weapons that the Tigers have is just unreal.
In the red zone, 1st and 10.
May break that 63-point total. There's a snap. Driscoll got to hand it off to Trevino, and nothing doing this time for Trevino, and the penalty marker comes in late.
Comes from the backside.
Yeah, it's usually indication of holding from that umpire position there. And let's see what we got. They're doing a lot of pointing towards Malakoff. That don't look good.
Yeah, don't look good if you're in black and gold.
And I believe it is. Let's see what the call is going to be here.
You called it. Hold
Yep.
it.
Hold it against the Tigers. That's going to be declined. And so Maypearl being kind of nice there, declining that, and it'll be second down and 12.
Pretty interesting.
I might have backed that Tiger unit back a little bit if it was me, but hey, it ain't me. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Driscoll, the quarterback. And I tell you what, Driscoll trying to elude 1 Panther and eludes 2, cuts back against the grain, and somehow is still on his feet before finally being dragged down.
He may be small, man, but it takes a few of them to get him down.
Well, I tell you, that young man, number 70, Quentin Wright, is a big boy.
Yes, he is.
And
yes,
he was
is.
doing all he could do to bring down the quarterback for the Tigers, Judson Driscoll.
I bet he's got 50 or 60 pounds on him.
And if Driscoll gets, lost in those big linemen right there, you just got to wait for him to pop out somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. Water crew out onto the field to take care of the Tigers.
Yeah, there's an injured player on the field for Maypearl. It's going to be 3rd down and 7 once we get all this situated here. And I'll tell you what, just a fine job tonight by this Malakoff coaching staff to prepare these kids to get ready for this by-district game tonight here in Groesbeck, and prepared might be an understatement.
While we've got this injury timeout, I want to just, I like to make sure we talk about everything that goes on at a football game. And, these Malakoff cheerleaders, they've been doing a good job here tonight. They've been keeping the fans going.
Oh, yeah.
I've noticed a lot of fans on their feet. And I've got a little special interest in the Malakoff band. My niece Haven Grace is in the band, so
Hey.
I watched them tonight at halftime. I wanted to make sure I seen her and Malakoff band looking good tonight too.
Well, and congratulations to the Malakoff band. All ones at the marching contest they received, and they haven't done that in quite some time. So congratulations to that Fighting Tiger band. And I was proud to be a part of it when I was in school, and it's good to know they're still carrying that tradition on.
Absolutely.
Judson Driscoll, the quarterback. Damian Jackson in the backfield. Looks like a little option play coming up. Pitch to Jackson. Jackson to the 10, to the 5, and Jackson does it. He scores a TD. Walk the dog. Oh, my goodness. They broke the point total, Mr. Darren Sims.
New record in the house. New record in the cough.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. There's a new record in the cough, and there it is. And Damian Jackson puts his name in Tiger history, my friend.
Yep, he'll be on my notes next time if I get a chance to call this with you.
Hey, what a play, though, by Judson Driscoll with the pitch right there. He reads that defensive end. The defensive end crashed down on him, and he pitches the ball to Jackson. Jackson just does the rest with his legs and carries him into the end zone.
Takes a lot of poise for a quarterback to do that, man, and that was pretty impressive.
It was sweet. And Gonzalez will attempt the point after. Out of the hold of Judson Driscoll. It's up, and it's good. And with 7:43 left to play in this contest, it's your Malakoff Tigers 69, the Maypearl Panthers 7. And we'll be right back after these messages. It's the Tigers in a big way.
Yes, it is.
The Malakoff Tiger Sports Network would like to thank Fisherman's Wharf for being one of our sponsors this year. Folks, go out to Fisherman's Wharf for all your fishing and camping needs, and you can even stay the night or the weekend. Just give them a call. You'll find the advertisement right on our page. All right, folks, we're back here live, Groesbeck, Texas, and 79 points. And I kind of want to allude to something here, which really doesn't mean a whole lot, but I'm a numbers guy. So, Grandview beats Maypearl 56-13. Malakoff is beating Maypearl right now 69-7. I tell you what, I really like the Malakoff Tigers' chances next week, the following week. If they play like this every week in the playoffs, you might see this Tiger team in Jerry World come December. And I tell you what, they're playing at a very, very high level right now. Very impressive.
All 3 stages, too. We've talked about it off and on all night long.
Most definitely.
What was it, 436 total yards in the first half. I'm hoping I get me an updated stat on that to see what they've done this half. But this half has gone so fast, it's going to skew it a little bit. But, no doubt, impressive 436 yards in the first half.
And there's a fair catch at the 16-yard line by number 12, Clay Payne. And this is a final. Mount Vernon upsets Gladewater tonight, 51-43. And goodness gracious, Mineola actually beat Mount Vernon in that district over there. And now Mount Vernon comes back and does the trick against Gladewater. 51-43. Gladewater is out. They'll be playing basketball. And Mount Vernon, congratulations to them. Man, that's a big win right there.
Pretty big upset, isn't it?
It is. 35-21 in the fourth quarter, Pottsboro over White Oak. So, that's to be expected. I really picked Pottsboro to win that game, but White Oak staying close with Pottsboro at this point. There's a snap from Emerson, and that ball is in the air and caught off the deflection. There's a penalty marker down, though. I'm not sure who this is going to go against, but what a freakish play that was.
Yeah, hit him and bounced up in the air, and that's kind of everybody's ball right there. But Panthers come down with it, but we do need to check this little bit of laundry here on the field.
A little bit. Let's see here. It was going to be pass interference called against the defense. That play is declined, or that penalty is declined. The result is a first down, and they'll take the results of that catch. And another score here, Tatum 34, Winsboro 28, deep in the fourth quarter there. So them Tatum Eagles now looking to advance into the high school playoffs to the second round. And looks like we may have Pottsboro and Malakoff next week, my friend. There's a little bubble screen out to Payne, and Payne is wrapped up by Fuller, and the rest of the Tiger defense there along with looks like number 8, River Perkins for the Tigers.
Yeah, brought down right about in midfield. What's that going to be a gain of? Looks like maybe about 4 or 5, long 4.
Yeah, they're going to spot it. Looks like they spotted the 49. I don't know if that spot was the right or not, but I don't really care at this point.
Yeah, I'm thinking we're all just kind of watching the clock tick.
Yep, second down and 5 now. 3 wide receivers right, 1 to the left. There's a snap. That's going to be a handoff, and Rosler, he's going to get across the midfield stripe, close to first down yardage, be a yard short.
Yard. We're doing our Boston accents up here now.
Yeah, I guess we are. A yard short. And it'll be third down and 1 for Maypearl.
Number 15 from Malakoff was the one that cleaned that
Brandon Nations.
Brandon Nations, there he is. So third and short for the Panthers right here. Panthers are still working out of that shotgun formation. I'm sure that they like that with the way that Tiger defense swarms.
Yeah, and there's an incompletion on third down that does them no good. It's going to bring up fourth down. Here's the final to report. Throckmorton over Trinidad 69-24, so congratulations on the Trojans for making it into the playoffs, but they make a quick exit.
Yeah, I hate to hear that about Trojans. That's where my wife is from. We got lots of good family over there in Trinidad, and hate to hear that about the Trojans.
Yeah, they were your wife's family, all them T-Panel power plant and,
good
and
folks.
gas plant. Yep,
good folks over there in Trinidad.
I'll just say my folks knows your folks, and we all know each other's folks.
There you go. There you go. And they all good folks.
Yeah, there was a fourth down play. It's going to be a first down, a yard gain on the play by Rossler. I'll tell you what, Rossler's just looking tired. He's going to get him a spell now. He's got to go off the field, but he's favoring that right shoulder, and he has been pounded tonight. I tell you what, I feel for that young man.
Rossler may be ready for basketball season.
If he can move after tonight. He may have to take 2 weeks off.
Hopefully they ain't got a tournament tomorrow.
You know how that goes,
Yeah, they roll right into it.
They roll right into it. Basketball coach, hey, we get up here at 7 in the morning, we start practice, or we go to the tournament. Back to pass. And it's going to be picked off by the Tigers, and that's Carter Fuller. He's going to have a pick six. 30, 25, 20. No one's going to catch him. Walk the dog one more time. Carter Fuller in the house with 6 points. Goodness gracious.
Second interception of the night for Fuller. This one counts for 6.
55-yard interception return on that play by Carter Fuller. And the second by Carter, right?
That's
yes,
right,
sir.
That's right. Second interception by him.
My goodness gracious, and the points just keep going up. 75-7 right now is our score. And, folks, you're watching one of the top 10 teams in the state of Texas, or you're hearing about them, rather, from us right now. And this is a legit Malakoff Tiger team, no doubt about that. I keep saying that so much, but they got me fired up, I tell you.
And I want to wait till this extra point is done, let you call this.
There's the kick. It's up, and it is good. 76-7 is our score.
We keep sitting here talking about, all 3 phases of the game. How many defensive touchdowns have we seen tonight? Is it 2?
That's the second one.
When your defense can put 14 points on the board, my friend.
You're doing something special.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Well,
Without a doubt.
and turnovers is that plus part of the game for your defense that you want to go out and make happen, those turnovers. And the Tigers, they haven't had many turnovers all year long. They've just been stellar. But if your defense, and I hate to say peak, because they've been peaking all year, but if they peak any more, I mean, this is absurd because
Somebody's
this Tiger
in trouble.
defense is real good, and somebody down the road's in real trouble. I can tell you that.
I promise you, there's some offenses that are not going to want to face this Tiger defense.
The prognosticators are saying that Brock is the one that you're going to have to be careful of and win the state champ. They already got him a crown, the state champion, but I'll tell you what, the state champion is going to come out of Region 2. You mark my words on that. Region 2.
They may be overlooking somebody.
Yeah, I think they are. So often that's the case, just like 2018 when Malakoff was overlooked the whole way, and they end up making there. And, the result didn't fare too well, but they made it there.
Led by a sophomore quarterback, Mr. Darian Peace, right?
And now he's a senior, and he's still doing damage.
He's weathered. He's weathered, and he's from a sophomore to a senior. How much do you mature, man?
Yeah.
And
those state championship hats, Texas tested, Well, this is a quarterback from Malakoff that's Texas tested.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, he is the epitome of Texas tested. I guarantee you that.
I believe the old trophy they used to give out when Cayuga won the state championship was Ford Tough.
Ford Tough,
Ford Tough.
Now, and I see so many Jack in the Box commercials now. I don't want to ever eat there again in my life.
I like what you said better than Ford Tough. Texas tested, though. I like that. I like that.
Texas high school football, you're Texas tested, and I tell you what, and it goes back, and there's the kickoff right there. Fair caught at the 15, but I go back to the Trinity Christian Cedar Hill game. You've got
It's
about
on Dion, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, Deion Sanders and Shakur Sanders was the real deal for his son was the real deal at quarterback. Did a great job for him. But let me tell you something. That game right there was a turning point for me at watching this Malakoff Tiger team compete against what many would say was probably a 5-6A program.
Right. Yeah, that's what I was sitting there thinking when you're talking. Obviously, I wasn't lucky enough to watch that game, but I'm fairly confident that that's probably a pretty elite team that the Tigers were going against.
It sure was, and the Tigers really hit them in the mouth. And I tell you what, that was a great game. We came up on the losing end of things right there, but if you ever could consider a moral victory or a starting point for your season, that was it.
Great debate on the moral victory, but, if you can go up against a team like that, and perform like they did, you got to feel good about yourself.
13 Division I recruits on one team. That's pretty special.
Yeah, good luck.
There was a pass downfield incomplete, and he was wide open, too. That was number 6, Heath Graff. And Graff was wide open, but as they say, no soup.
No soup for you.
Emerson, the quarterback, 2 wide receivers left, 2 to the right, and time just keeps on ticking.
A little over 5 minutes left to go in the game.
Emerson, a quick pass out to the left side and ran out of bounds by River Perkins is the receiver. And that's going to be number 9 right there, Aiden Matthews on the reception. I tell you what, man, if I'm Maypearl, I just want to get out of here right now. I don't know if I want to keep hurling this ball around or not. I just want to leave.
Yeah, might just start kind of handing it off and letting that clock run.
Yeah, of course, we've been on the losing side of things before, and you never want to quit and give up.
That's what I'm sitting there saying. The competitive nature in you, though.
Yeah. And there's a little toss out to Rossler, goes nowhere, bring up 4th down for Maypearl.
Something we do at Cayuga when we do our announcements before the games, we talk about, not just what you learn about football, not just what you learn about cheerleading, not just what you learn about band, but the lessons in life that you get. And you certainly want to teach your kids to keep fighting. Yeah,
that's exactly right. You don't ever want to give up because you're going to give up on life if you give up on the football field more than likely. That's so right. It's a big lesson learned for these kids, and staying with it and keeping after it in those long practices, long hours, and it's tough. It's tough on the kids.
It is, but it'll make them good folks.
And there's the 4th down play by Emerson, and it goes nowhere, and that's Carter Fuller out there making an exclamation point on everything. Excuse me, to Kenan Langley on that tackle.
So Tigers going to take over here on downs?
They will take over on downs deep in Maypearl territory. They'll have the ball at their own the Maypearl 33-yard line with 4 minutes left. with a very comfortable 69-point lead.
Who is going to come out here at quarterback this time? Think Driscoll will come back out?
I believe it will be Judson Driscoll one more time. Like I said, unless they want to get one of their big linemen back there and let him run a wildcat or something. I'd be begging right now.
Yeah,
Coach,
ain't no
put
doubt.
me in.
Yeah.
Put me in,
come
please.
on, man. Let's go. Let's go.
Hey, and don't think I wouldn't grab the first chance I could and run away. Number 7 now is the quarterback, Bryson Townley, it looks like. And hopefully that's the right name here. Damian Jackson in at running back. And Jackson breaks one up the middle. And Jackson gains about 9 yards on that run. Goodness gracious.
Jackson trying to add to the record.
Well, I tell you what, he says, Coach, you got me in. I'm not going to let you down. I'm going to run as hard as I can run, and there you see it right there. And it's good to see him hitting that hole so hard with authority.
76-7, still playing like it's 0-0.
Yeah, and that's what you want to do, too.
Absolutely.
These kids are hungry.
Smash the gas.
There's going to be a jet sweeper on the right side. I don't know how he kept from getting tackled. That is number 1, and we don't have that number on our roster here. I'm going
to tell you right now, number 1 got past that Panther, and he came around on our side of the field making something happening.
Oh, boy, I tell you, that was a nice little run here. And,
Tiger football, man. It is fun to watch. Back to the phases of the game. We talked about defense a while ago. Here's your offense, backup players. What do they got? They got 3:04 left.
Yep.
I'm betting they put points on the board.
And that was Corey Phillips, by the way, number 1.
Phillips.
The Tigers now at quarterback, number 7. Going to hand off to RPO. Is going to call his own number, and there he goes down to the 4-yard line, and that's going to be Massengale, I believe, for the Tigers. I know it says Bryson Townley, but I believe that's going to be young Massengale. I can kind of tell by the way he stands, and Bryson Townley, I don't believe that's the right one.
Well, whoever it was put the Tigers, again, sniffing the end zone. Looks like it's on the 3, maybe.
Yeah, the ball is on the 3-yard line. As soon as I get my phone back, I'll know a little bit more. My son took off my phone. It's
76-7. We might can afford to make a mistake or two.
Yeah, we could. Damian Jackson in the backfield, the long back. I believe Massengale's the quarterback, man in motion. And it's going to be a jet sweep. And that's going to be Chauncey Hogg for the Tigers, scores the touchdown.
Walking the dog.
And he walks the dog one more time and break out the bones because these Tigers are hungry.
Man, they eating good, too.
Goodness gracious. The Tigers putting up 82 points, and that is the most points the Tigers have ever scored, I believe, in the history of Tiger football. I'm going to check myself on that, but I believe this upcoming point, and I'll have to check with Benny Rogers here in just a minute, but I believe 82-83 is the most the Tigers have ever scored in a single game in school history. Well, my friend, you've joined history.
I'm going to tell you what, proud to be here. I've watched a lot of high school football. Go ahead.
Well, there's the kick. It's up and it's good. And go ahead. It's 83-7. The Tigers are on top. But
I've watched a lot of high school football, man, and I've never seen 83 points in a game.
Yeah, I have too. So, and it's been a barn burner. It's been a barn burner, my friend, and I tell you what, I'm just going to check something real quick.
Yeah, check that points. We got, we're going to change the possession here right quick. We got, about 2:01 left to go in the game. Tigers fixing to come out and set up on the 40-yard line and kick the ball off to the Panthers. Man, it's been a fun game here tonight. I just want to say one more time, I appreciate the opportunity for being here. Marcus, man, I'm thinking about you. I don't know you very well, man, but I know what you're going through, and I hope you get better. And again, Joey, I appreciate the opportunity for doing this with y'all tonight. It's been fun.
Yeah, it has been. And I just want a clarification. Number 7, Austin Massengale. I was right. It was one of them Massengale boys. And you could tell them Massengale's from anywhere. His dad's a firefighter, and he walks like his dad, looks like his dad, so I could tell it was a Massengale out there.
It's funny.
That's when you know you've been around a lot of
funny how some families just have those traits.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the Tigers up in a big way here, and I tell you what, he's taking my phone again, so I'm trying to to find out, but 83-7, and we will find out, and maybe have to tell you next week, or you can look on the Malakoff Tiger Sports Network Facebook page after this game, and we'll surely tell you. But if it's not the all-time record, it's probably 1 point shy, and I believe this is the all-time record. I want to say so.
If it's not, I really like to know what the all-time record is.
Well, I'm going to try to find out here in just a second. There's the kickoff by Gonzalez. It'll be fielded at about the 13-yard line, and River Perkins on another special teams tackle for the Tigers, along with number 1 for the Malakoff Tigers.
So yeah, it looks like the Panthers gonna. What do we got going here? They're coming back out on the field.
Okay, so Malakoff needs 84 points here to tie the record against Kemp last year, and 83 would be second on the all-time scoring list for Malakoff Tigers. But 84 points ties the record. Anything above that will – I mean, they got a chance right here to bust 90 points. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, come on, man. that definitely ought to make Monday night.
Yeah, I tell you. Geez.
So, yeah, the way the defense has been playing, a couple of interceptions tonight, and one ran back for a pick six. Let's see.
Yeah, Rosser on the carry for Maypearl, and he's drugged down by the shoe. And that will be another new Tiger on the carry. And, folks, didn't get a roster before the game started. That's why we're having some difficulties on the names of these young men that are coming in and probably played, for the JV. That now they're getting a chance to play on a Friday night for the varsity in the high school playoffs.
Hate that they're not on the roster, but glad to see them on the field.
2nd down and 5 for Maypearl, and it's going to be a double reverse pass, it looks like, and it's blown up in the backfield. That ball, I thought was live. He threw it backwards, so they're going to call it incomplete, but I thought that was a live ball, my friend.
Might have missed our chance.
Yeah, might have missed it right there, but it's going to be 3rd down and 4. 1:09 left to play in this contest. Can they do it? And another thing is, Coach Driscoll's not trying to run the score up, folks. I can tell you that right now.
Absolutely
These
not.
are kids just getting in the game and playing. They want to have their turn at playing, and they're getting their shot. And they're showing that they can do it, too, on this level.
And they deserve to get their shot because they put in a lot of practice and take a lot of hits, sometimes for nothing. So this is their reward.
There's going to be an option play again, and that does no good again. 4th down, and they lost a yard on that play for Maypearl.
That play worked pretty good earlier the one time they did it. They got about 8 yards on it, but that time Tiger defense was ready.
And the reserves are in there right now, so they paid attention on
the
sideline.
There you go.
So
absolutely. I didn't think about it like that.
But they paid attention. They saw that play developing, and Damian Jackson and company made that tackle, and along with number 10, Keenan Langley. And tell you what, you heard Langley's name called out all night. And I don't think that Maypearl wants to snap it again. 10 seconds, they're going to have to. They're going to have to call a timeout here. But 4th down and 6 yards to go, and, man, this has been a drubbing. This is a good old-fashioned you-know-what.
Somebody just dropped a flag on the other side of the field.
Well, somebody dropped it in the middle of the field, too. I believe it's going to be a delayed game, and I believe Maypearl's going to send their punt team on, and that'll bring out Corey Phillips for the Malakoff Tigers wearing number 1. And Corey is a sophomore. So sophomore now getting out there. And Corey may be looking to take one back to the house.
17 seconds. Let's break the record, baby.
I tell you what, can he be the hero? Let's see. Well, I ain't going to say hero, but can he break the point record? That'll be something else.
Go down in Malakoff lore.
Well, 83 points is lore enough, I tell you. Any more.
Be a legend in the cough.
I tell you.
That's it.
Yeah, the clock's just going to run out, and your Malakoff Tigers are the by-district champs by a whopping score of 83-7. Goodness gracious, and oh my.
Oh my.
Well, Darren, I've enjoyed it, my friend, and the Tigers come out strong in this first by-district championship contest, and from the looks of everything, the Tigers will play Pottsboro next week. Time, date will be decided. We'll let you know as soon as we know on our website. But goodness gracious, this right here was next week, how do you get ready for, what do you do? Do the same thing, I guess. But
yeah, absolutely. Need a repeat performance. Again,
gracious.
we talked all night long, and it's just worth saying one more time. All 3 phases of the game by the Tigers, man, outstanding. Fun to watch, great football on a Friday night.
Well, it doesn't get any better. High school sports, high school football on a Friday night. Here with good friends and family, and man, this has been a blessing to be here tonight, just to be able to sit here alongside of everybody. We miss Marcus, of course, but man, I've had a good time tonight with everybody up here in the booth, and we've had fun, and we hope you guys out at home have enjoyed listening to us tonight. No video again, and we apologize for that, but we just didn't have that $1,000 to spare. But anybody wants to donate for
anybody want to chip in, we can watch it.
We can do it next week, but looks like it's going to be a rematch, the Tigers and Ponchboro next week, folks. So you might want to get your popcorn ready and your sodas or whatever else you want to drink, because there's a big game coming next week in that second round, the area round of the high school playoffs. And from there on, oh my, there's 6 games left, 5 games left now before you get to that crowning moment. Can the Tigers do it again? We don't know, but we're certainly going to see. If they play like this, we might see you in Jury World, folks. And, Darren, you got any closing comments?
Man, just again, I appreciate the opportunity for being here. Marcus, shout out to you one more time, brother. I hope you get to feeling better. Thanks again for letting me be here, man. It's a great football game here to watch the Malakoff Tigers. I got a old alumni out there, David Wilbanks, that's coaching on the team. I want to kick a shout-out to him. Me and him been good friends a long time. Thanks for the opportunity, Joey, man. It's been fun.
Hey, it's been fun, brother. 650 total yards tonight on offense for the Malakoff Tigers. Almost 700 yards total offense, as you would expect, with 83 points put up on the board, but 2 defensive touchdowns. Guys, not much more to say, is there?
You got it, man.
Well, for everyone who's been a part of this one, I'm Joey Snowden. For Darren Sims, Aaron Scott, and Jonathan Snowden, and Marcus Dow, bidding you farewell and good night from